The top 20 passers in Section 9 history has actually moved into the 18th spot. He passed Aiden Semo, the phenom from Cornwall, with the performance last week against Middletown.
No doubt. I mean, this young man has every game this year, it seems that he is finding targets and making things happen. And this is his third year doing this, I mean, as the go-to guy. Right now he comes into tonight's game. You know, we're going to talk a little bit about stats. 849 yards passing this year. Things go well for him tonight. Looking at a 1,000-yard passing season again. That'd be his third in 3 seasons. And I'm sure he will be focused not only on that, but, of course, getting the big win tonight for the Raiders.
For sure. If he has a game anything remotely resembling last week's game against Middletown, he'll actually have a shot to move up 1, if not 2 spots in the Section 9 passing rankings. Matt Bucci from Saugerty sits at 17th with 3,453 yards passing, 188 ahead of Brett. And then Dan Scala, who played at Monroe from 2006 to 2009, he has 3,467.
Now, before everyone gets all excited, those are huge numbers. Number 1 in Section 9, boy, that's hard to beat.
It is.
We're talking.
Yeah. Oh, well, you talk about the current all-time passing. That's Mike White with over 7,000 passing yards.
7,000 yards.
Yeah, and that was playing 3 seasons. There are a couple of kids on the list who have big numbers, over 4,000 in just 2 seasons. Ryan White at Warwick in 08 and 09 put up over 4,000 yards across 2 seasons. Pat Dorian at Kingston in 2012 and 2013, 3,600 yards. I thought there was one more on here that was just the 2 seasons. But anyway, bottom line is Brett is among a group of some of Section 9's best passers, all-time yardage. And he has a chance with, 4 more regular season games, Tommy, and then the playoffs, depending on how deep Port goes. He could really move up that list.
Here's the deal. 1,128 yards in the 2019 season. Last season, 6 games. 6 games.
They played 13 the year before.
Yeah, 13 or 12 that season. 1,288 yards in 6 games this spring season. 1,288 yards in the 6 games.
Amazing.
And then this year, 849 yards in Week 5. We're going into Week 6 tonight.
Yeah, I think it was 12 games that year. That's right. But boy, pretty phenomenal. And he moved past Matt Sembrano, who was the previous all-time leader in passing yardage here at Port Jervis, and Brett has that crown, which we mentioned last week. But congratulations to Brett, 42 passing touchdowns and 6 rushing touchdowns. So 2 touchdowns for him, and he will have combined for 50 touchdowns in his career, which is a pretty remarkable number.
Now, none of that happens without awesome receivers, great running backs, and my friends up front, the big front 5.
Yeah, the offensive line for Port has been incredible the last 3 years. It all starts and ends with the line.
You got run blockers and pass blockers, and in high school football, you have to be good at both of that. Pro football, listen, the running game is nothing like high school and college. It's a totally different setup. But here in high school, you have to execute if you're an offensive lineman. The NFL, it's always about the left tackle. Well, in high school football, it's about the center. The center is one of the most important players on the football field, especially in high school now. So many of these teams go to the shotgun snap. Having a good, strong center and then having anchors next to him is so important. Everything starts right there in the middle.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, they brought Brett up as a freshman to the varsity in the playoffs in 2018. His coach, when he was on the JV, was Damian Stryharski, if I'm not mistaken. The coach is also, from the youth on. You have the quarterback whisperer here, Jerry Stellato, back in the fold. We saw him talking to Brett before the game. Chris Stellato, the offensive coordinator. This whole group of coaches. It's pretty impressive. And Brett has taken advantage of all these opportunities, and he's put together an incredible career.
And we know 3 things about Brett, and we saw 3 things in the last 3 weeks from him. We all know he can throw the long ball. He loves throwing that deep ball. I mean, what kid doesn't? And he has a cannon of an arm. But in the last 2 weeks, we saw 2 great things. Number 1, his versatility to actually run the ball, which really opens up the passing game for him. We saw that in the last 2 weeks. And last week, not the vertical, but the short pass. Getting Bomas on the one-on-one matchup in the flats and letting Bomas get the yards after the catch, getting Coffin into the flats, giving him the ball out there. That really changes the dynamics of this offense. It can be a passing offense still, but you don't have to just protect the deep. Now you got to protect the front, and that just changes the whole complexion if you're a defense trying to scout the Raiders.
One of Brett's good friends and Port Jervis grad Ethan McElroy in attendance tonight. Ethan played for Port last year. Now he's playing football for the Hartwick Hawks. Got a kick block last week.
Number 90.
Absolutely,
Getting
number
it done
90.
there. And that's the other thing. How about so many of our Raiders taking it to the next level? And, you know, in the past, one or two guys, you hear whispers about them. But in mass, Raiders making it to the next level tonight. Gage Almick playing for Mansfield College.
Yep.
Down in, I think they're playing here in New York tonight.
Yes, they are. I think it's going to be their only New York game.
So I heard some fans might be in attendance there, but I know one thing. They're tuning in here.
Absolutely. 2 weeks in a row, by the way, that Port alumni played each other in college football. I don't know how often that has happened in the past, but last week, Hartwick and Alfred, Ethan McElroy, Ray Torres. The week before, Utica and Alfred, Ray Torres and Elijah Shern. I mean, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Well, you know what? We always like calling their names here in high school, and the fact that we can talk about them at the college level is even better.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break, 9 minutes away from the start of Port and Burke Catholic here. Tommy and I will talk about the rest of the Raiders and how they match up with the Eagles tonight, plus a national anthem performed by the Port Jervis High School Chamber Choir. That and more is coming up. It's homecoming here at Glennet Field, and you're listening to it live on WDLC, presented by the Alcoholism and Drug Abuse Council of Orange County.
I got a little bitch in the hood, I call her gang, she'll play with that bass. I'm NBA, you know I ain't never gonna take. New contract game, like I take ball, little boy, ain't nothing to play with. I told her pull up, she told me she calling her, stand located. I was riding in the ghost to the ghost gun, singing out with the kids, so you're one. And my man in the can, while you taking out the chance, you gon' power with the mat, like don't run. Everyone kill, they all get how you ever had a fortune. It's too much cash to leave the hide, I had to get a little bro some. I'm raw from time to time, I don't show no.
Tonight's captains for the Burke Eagles. Number 11, Luke Miller. 73, Riley Williams. 77, Austin Metz. And 54, Tyler Wood. For the Raiders, Brett Fuller, Ray Sorelli, Tyler Montalvo, and Calvin Cruz. Assistant captains, Geffen Coffin and Nate Chambers. Fort Jervis will receive the opening kickoff. And now if we could all rise, turns towards the concession stand, remove our hats for the singing of our national anthem by members of the Chamber Choir.
We
What an outstanding job by our chamber choir.
Behind the Raiders. It was a tough loss, but it was an exciting game. If anything, it actually built a lot of confidence on this football team. So look back on that game, but look back on it as a positive that you can use here tonight. Number 2, Kevin, it's warm out. The weather is nice. It feels like week 1. Well, this should feel like week 1. Now you're in the heart of your B schedule, the schedule that really matters. These are the games that are going to get you to Syracuse. These are the games you have to win. Focus on that. And number 3, last but not least, listen to the coaches. These guys have a great game plan for tonight. Great offensive set up, ready to rock and roll. And the defense tonight, boy, if you think you're hungry, wait till you see this defense tonight. They're going to be chomping all over the field.
Junior Josh Wolf has it teed up for Burke Catholic. They will kick it away to Port Jervis, right to left, and we are just about to get underway here in quarter number 1. And Wolf will kick it away, end over end, right down the middle of the field. It'll be fielded at the 10-yard line, fumbled, brought back at the 15, the 20, 25, and to the 28-yard line goes Calvin Cruz. And Port Jervis will start their first offensive possession inside their own 30-yard line. Our first quarter is presented tonight by Masters Pest Control. Raiders on offense first, left to right they go, looking to put the stinging defeat to Middletown in last week's Bell game behind them. And actually, they're going to put that football right at the 30-yard line.
Ball at their
so that is where Port Jervis will get things going here.
10 Raiders.
Boy, and you can just tell right from the huddle break, Burke is not big. Not big on the line and not big in the secondary.
The Eagles, though, have won 2 straight coming into tonight's game. Brett Fuller will work out of the shotgun with an empty backfield. 5 receivers set, 2 on the near side. Now Geffen Cawthon returns to the backfield, flanking Fuller to his right. And the senior quarterback takes the snap, drops back, looks. Now he rolls to his left. Now he steps up. He's going to try to toss it. It's nearly intercepted by Chris Leahy. It was intended for Geffen Cawthon.
Second and 10.
And it is second down now for the Raiders.
That was check off, and luckily not an intercepted pass right there, as Brett thought to roll it up there and try to get what he could, but the line collapsed on him. So second and 10 for the Raiders. But how about that pass protection? We talked about those guys in the pregame.
A year and a half.
Yeah, he had plenty of decision-making back there.
Second down, Raiders, left to right they go. Malzahn over the football at the Port Jervis 30-yard line. Again, they'll go 3 trips to the far side, 1 receiver, Jacob Balmos, to the near side. Here's a deep pitch to Geffen Cawthon, sweeping it to the left side towards the far sideline. He's wrapped up and brought down immediately by Brian Giordano, a senior captain for the Eagles. It'll be a loss on the play and 3rd and long. Or will it be a gain of 1, Tommy?
Yeah, they're going to give him 1. Cawthon at the end did a quick spin move and got himself up to the 31-yard line. But that play was slow in developing. That pitch didn't have the force it needed to have. As Willie Forbes is our man in the stands, the game can now begin because Willie Forbes is sitting right in front of us.
I want to give a shout out to another former Raider. Jamie Fedoruk is listening. He's hanging out at home with the kids. His wife is a teacher in the school district. She is here rooting on the Raiders in person. Coming up on 11 minutes to play. Clock rolls after Cawthon caught the ball inbounds and was brought down. 3rd and 9 Raiders, and it'll be a play-action pass. Fuller looking left. Now he rolls left, dancing around the pocket. Now outside, now throws it to an open receiver on the far sideline. Caught for a Raider first down.
Is that Balmos out there?
I believe it was.
Balmos, he's inbounds.
That's Howard, wasn't it?
I was going to say, that doesn't look quite the size that Balmos has. Tyler Howard on the reception.
Raiders
Check that.
Oh, it's Jaron Rodriguez.
Jaron
Rodriguez. 3rd time's the charm. First down Raiders is the outcome of the play, and it is to the 42 of Port, a gain of 11.
Rodriguez had some incredible plays at the end of the game last week.
Oh, my goodness. A sophomore coming up with a huge 4th down conversion for Port. Right now it's first down. Raiders going left to right at their own 42. High snap. Fuller gives it to Cawthon. Up the gut he goes. Skip past the first couple tackles. Into midfield. Into Eagle territory and brought down to the Burke Catholic. And he fumbles at the end of the play at the Burke 38-yard line. And the officials are going to say that it's a fumble recovered by Burke. Boy, I thought he was down on that play.
Oh.
I think the ground forced that fumble. The officials disagree as he carries it all the way to the Burke Catholic 38. That was a gain of 20 yards and then a fumble. So the first turnover of the night is committed by Port Jervis.
This will be 1st and 10 at the Burke 35-yard line. as the fumble was late on that play. Holy cow.
10:47 to go, first quarter, no score. Burke with the football for the first time tonight. 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. And it'll be Jake Carter handing it off. He gives it to Giordano on first down, and a modest gain for Burke.
You're going to see a lot of that tonight.
Tackled by
Student body left,
Rodriguez
student body right.
Montalvo.
Burke does not have the size or
Gain
the
of
depth.
about 4,
I mean, they are very
2nd and
short on the
6.
sideline, so they're going to move guys left and right to try to just push the whole line forward.
Boy, healthy spot, though. 4 yards Giordano gets, and it's or Giordano, I should say, and it's a 2nd and 6 now for Burke from their own 39. Watch out for Chris Leahy. He has amassed nearly 800 yards, primarily in the last 4 games. He gets the carry here. He runs into the teeth of the Raider defense. They bring him down after a gain of a yard. He might have got 2.
You're not going to run past Sorelli and
Montalvo.
Montalvo in that defensive line. Montalvo for the
4.
Raiders, 6 foot 265, and Sorelli says, "Hold on a second, 6'4", 255."
To the Burke 41 they go. A gain of 2 and a 3rd and 4 facing the Eagles. Clock rolling, coming up on 9:45 to go here in the Masters Pest Control first quarter. No score. Burke Catholic with the football for the first time tonight following a Port Jervis fumble. And they are over the football at their own 41. Right to left go the Eagles in the road whites. Carter under center, single back behind him, 2 in the wing. And he's going to drop back and pass. He's pressured, and it is caught by Leahy. And Nate Chambers hits him, and then Tyler Montalvo brings him down.
No
Great pressure up the front by Jaden DeMarco.
Tackled by Chambers and
it'll
Montalvo.
be a loss on the play, or at best a gain of 0, and it's a 4th down coming up for Burke.
Leahy was better off dropping that catch as Chambers met him right there. Give him a line of scrimmage. Healthy mark.
And it'll be Josh Wolf in to punt it away, the junior for Burke Catholic. Will punt it right to left. Single man back deep for the Raiders is the junior Calvin Cruz, one of 6 captains on this Port Jervis varsity football team in 2021. And Wolf's kick is deep and wobbling, and Cruz goes to his own 22 to field it. He's across the 25, now to the 30 on the far sideline, still on his feet to the 35-yard line, and
Cruz
finally pushed down and out of bounds there. A patient and solid return by junior Calvin Cruz.
Well, the good thing is that turnover by Cawthon, the mystery turnover, did not play into the factor here as the Raiders get the ball back. 1st and 10, ball be at their own 35-yard line. It's almost like a game reset for the Raiders. Chance for the offense to come to the sidelines, maybe talk about the alignment that the Burke defense was showing. Burke showed 4 men on the line of scrimmage, and right before the snap on 2 consecutive plays, they would shift to the left just a little bit. So the front 5 for the Raiders are going to have to pick up their guys, go to their blocking techniques, and make sure they give Brett all the time he needs.
Port will snap from the far side hash mark. Cruz in motion. Fuller gives it to Cawthon on the ground. Cawthon up the gut, has a hole across the 40-yard line, and dives forward to the 45. Close to the stick. I don't think he got it, though.
Boy, what
tackled
footwork
by
Cawthon right there. Stutter step left, stutter step right,
Williams,
and a small pause.
just
That
short
gave the
of the first
linebackers
down,
a chance to try to
2nd
go and
inches.
attack him, and then boom, he turns the Jets on and gets himself to the 45.
A gain of 9.
I guess 44 we'll have to call it.
And it's a 2nd and short facing the Raiders. The football just above the P in Port at the midfield marker. Fuller will continue to work out of the shotgun, and he's going to swing it out to Calvin Cruz. Has the first down and more to the 50 and inside of Burke territory on the near side to the 48. Maybe the 47. We'll see where the official spot of first down for the Raiders. Their
first
2nd
down
tonight.
Raiders inside the Eagles territory.
And we'll call it the Burke 48-yard line. A gain of 7 and a first down for Port Jervis. We go inside of 8 minutes to play. No score between Port Jervis and Burke Catholic. This is the 3rd Class B league game for the Raiders this season. Same goes for Burke. They have won both of their league games. So has Port. They both beat up on Liberty. Port beat Marlboro. And Burke beat New Paltz in the other game. Out of the shotgun with trips to the far side is Fuller. He's going to hand it off to Cawthon. Cawthon runs left to the far side. He's at the 45, to the 40, still going 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, and Cawthon is sent out of bounds inside the Burke Catholic 5-yard line.
Cawthon left
An electric run by senior running back Geffen Cawthon, and sets up the Raiders with a 1st and goal to go.
Geffen and Greengrass go together. He gets outside, turns those Jets on. Nobody's
puts
going to
the
catch
ball
him.
at the 11-yard line.
Oh, wow. They're going to say he went out of bounds way
10.
before I thought he did. So it's 1st and 10 for the Raiders.
It's almost a 12. I'll give him the 11, Kev. 37 on the carry.
Correct. First down for Port Jervis. as they have run the ball 4 times tonight.
Oh, give it to 21. Get him the touchdown.
Fuller out of the shotgun from the far side hash mark. Left to right, the Raiders go in a scoreless game. At the Burke 11, though. Port threatening. Handoff Cawthon. Cawthon goes left. Now he goes up the middle. And he runs into a trio of white jerseys. A short gain on first down.
Tackled by Rockwall.
They're going to give him 1 yard to the 10. Second down, 9 coming
Tackled
for
by
the Raiders.
Rockwall
It is
and Bell.
homecoming
Game about
here
2, second and 8.
at Gwinnett Field. So an extended halftime. And speaking of homecoming, there are a number of alumni in the house. We mentioned already, we saw Ethan McElroy. We're expecting to see Ray Torres.
A quick stat, Cawthon unofficially 70 yards so far this afternoon.
That's quick. Fuller on 2nd and 9, out of the shotgun. High snap, rolling right, looking for the end zone. Fuller pumps, steps up, throws, incomplete. Intended in the back of the end zone for Jacob Balmos. 3rd down coming
Fuller
for the
looking
Raiders.
for Balmos, incomplete, 3rd and 8.
You know, that high snap forced Fuller to roll outside. The defense sees that high snap. They're going to really have that extra half a second to cover their receivers, and Fuller did the smart thing, threw it right into the grass. Nobody could catch that. So incomplete pass brings up a 3rd down for the Raiders at the 9. And the Raiders looking strong offensively at the line of scrimmage in terms of blocking. And at 21, that kid earns a chance to get into the end zone.
I agree with you. Clock stopped, 6:37 to go first quarter, no score. 3rd down Port at the Burke Catholic 10-yard line. Fuller hands it off to Cawthon. Up the gut he goes. Cawthon to the 5, still motoring, spinning, trying to get into the end zone, getting a push. What do the officials say? We're waiting for the call. He's short.
Oh, got 8.
He's going to be down to the 1-yard line. That should be enough, though, for a first down. So give him 9 and a 1st and goal to go. I was preparing myself to call the touchdown. Now Fuller will go under center as the Raiders try to snap this ball quickly in something of a no huddle. Cawthon, the only back behind Fuller. Fuller's going to keep it himself. Fuller tries to get the ball over the plane. No signal from the officials. Now we got it. Touchdown Raiders. Brett Fuller has scored from a yard out.
Fuller up the middle.
And it is 6-0 Port
lead.
with the extra point pending. 6:13 to go here, first quarter. And Brett Fuller, I believe that is his 4th rushing touchdown this season, his 7th in his career, and he's a touchdown away from 50. And on to try the extra point will be Nick Sorelli. He'll kick out of the hold of Ivan Figueroa. Port's on the board first,
in the kick
trying to go from 6 to 7 here with the extra point.
Sorelli.
Raiders snap it low. Figueroa picks it up, and he's going to run with it, looking for a block. Ivan Figueroa trying to get in for 2, and he does. Ivan Figueroa takes a bad snap and turns it into 2 points, and it's 8-0 Port. 6:13 to go in the first quarter. We're back in 30 seconds with more Raider football here on WDLC, presented by the Alcoholism and Drug Abuse Council of Orange County.
Let's have a nice round of applause as well for our Port Jervis band tonight, led by Ms. Long and Ms. Gordon, doing a great job, playing amazing songs out there. Thank you. Sorelli to kick, Raganoff and Benzinger to receive.
6:13 to go, first quarter. 8-0 Port Jervis after a 1-yard touchdown plunge by senior quarterback Brett Fuller and a 2-point conversion run in by sophomore Ivan Figueroa. And so it's 8-0. The Buc-ee's Taxi drive summary showing Port going 65 yards in 7 plays, 2 minutes and 23 seconds in time of possession. And the Raiders are in front by a score and an extra point. Now Nick Sorelli, a procedure penalty will be flagged on his kick as it goes out of bounds on the near side. And so Burke Catholic will get some decent starting field position for their second possession of the night. Tommy, there was a little bit of a lull here at Gwinnett Field, maybe something of a letdown after all that energy and excitement last week, but that Raider touchdown and the ensuing 2-point play really picked things up here in the stands and on the field.
No doubt about it.
Will start with
and
the
that's
ball
what Port needed to do. You know, listen,
35,
we're not going to kill. We're not going to fake anything.
Eagle.
Port Jervis knows tonight that they have to come out and play, and if they play the way they are supposed to play, Port's expected to win and win handily. But you still got to come out and do the work.
Absolutely. Burke will put Jake Carter in the shotgun on this first down play. He's a junior. He'll take the snap high and hand it off to Chris Leahy. He runs right, gets a yard,
right
maybe
side,
2.
Gain of about 2.
Short gain off right tackle there on first down for Burke.
And for the Raiders, that
Tackled by
the Burke
Ross.
offense tightens up that Raider defense.
2nd and 8.
And that's not something that Leahy wants there because he knows one thing, that Raider defense is strong. And coming to the sidelines right now for the Raiders, looks like it's Ross. Might have got chipped up on the play.
Sorelli also comes off the field for Port Jervis. Into the game for the Raiders is John Fuller.
Yeah, a couple guys just getting a blow right there. 2nd down for Burke. Ball at their 37-yard line.
Johnny is a sophomore. And they're going to give this one on the ground again to Leahy as he rides the offensive line on the right side
Leahy
for a
up
big
the middle,
gain on 2nd down.
About 5.
And it's going to be 3rd and short for
Tackled by
Burke.
Montalvo.
Tommy, if you look at the stats, Jake Carter, new quarterback, first time in forever. Burke hasn't had a Hoovler at quarterback. Hasn't had to throw much because they have run the ball consistently. Their last 3 games over 200 yards on the ground. And I believe in the Liberty game that Leahy himself ran for over 200 yards. The team over 300 yards.
No disrespect, it is Liberty.
It is, but their bread and butter is on the ground, and they're facing a 3rd and about 4 here.
Okay, Port Jervis has 10 men in the tackle box.
And they're going to hand off straight up the gut. Leahy gets the first down to
Leahy
Moore
up
as
at
he's
the
finally
middle.
pulled down
Gain of
at the
about
Burke
8.
49-yard line.
Tackled by
And it was Johnny Fuller who brought him down.
Fuller.
And it's a first down, the first tonight for Burke.
Got an injury on the
Gives the
field.
Eagles
for
the
Burke.
first down.
Something
at
they
their
can't
own
afford to happen.
49. Timeout.
They are very short
Injury
on the roster.
timeout.
They are, and they have had some injury issues this season. Tommy talked to head coach Aaron Hasbrook during the week, and I'm trying to find, it's one of their captains missed a number of games with a collarbone injury that he suffered in the Chester game. They expect him to play a little bit tonight. Luke Miller, the junior, who is a safety and a wide receiver, they expect him to play, but they don't know how much as he is recovering from that injury. They're missing some guys up front as well on the offensive line. Kenny Bell would be in the starting lineup tonight for Burke, but he is a little bit maligned right now. So Port is in front 8-0, 4:52 to go here in the first quarter.
There's for Burke, it's their player seems to be getting up now, so that's a good sign. Looks like it's one of their inside linemen, number 53.
So
That's
nice
Kevin
round of
Connolly,
applause
a
for Kevin
junior.
Connolly.
And he will go to the sideline.
It's something they can't afford. As I mentioned, they are very short on the roster, and you don't want anyone to get hurt. But that's tough right now for Connolly. So let's hope he's gets to 10-2 and maybe get back in the game for Burke. First down for Burke, however, ball on their own 49-yard line.
First and
So
10
for the
Eagles on
Raiders,
their own
that pause gives them a
49-yard
chance
line.
to focus. Last 3 carries have been up the gut by Burke, by Christopher Leahy. He's only the junior running back, as you mentioned, Kevin. So Port needs to address that issue. Now Burke wants to go with a wide out left here. Single back, still in the backfield with those 2 wings.
First down, Burke, right to left they go. Port in front 8-0. And here's the handoff, and it's to the near side to Giordano. Has a hole 35, and he's brought down inside the Port 35-yard line. He gives up the ball. Calvin Cruz took it away at the 40, 45, 50, and the
Giordano
officials
left
whistle
side.
that one dead. That is a stunning development. Port telling Calvin to go ahead and get all the way to the end zone just in case. The officials are going to say that the Burke back was down before Calvin Cruz stripped the ball away from him. That was Brian Giordano.
Cruz steals it from Giordano. It'll be first and 10 Raiders. On their
Okay,
own
so they're going to give him the
31-yard
turnover.
line.
Cruz gets the strip fumble, but they're going to say that Calvin was down before he got up and ran it, which I don't know that he was ever not on his feet on that play.
No, he never went to the ground on that. He stripped the ball away from Giordano, and it's like turnaround's fair play for the Raiders now. 4:24 left in the first quarter. They get the ball back. First and 10 at their own 31-yard line. What a turn of events.
This is crazy. That's the second long run in this game that ended in a fumble. The first was fumbled by Port. The second one by Burke Catholic, and with 4:24 to go in the Masters Pest Control first quarter,
Crazy.
Port gets the ball back first and 10 at their own 30-yard line. We'll call it the 31. Left to right, the Raiders go in front by 8. Fuller going to throw over the middle to Cruz, 45 to the 50, and he's brought down
Fuller
inside of
Cruz
Burke Catholic
down the
territory
middle, gain of
at the
about
Burke
22,
47-yard
tackled
line.
by Campito.
Nice play action.
Puts
as
the
they
ball in
ride
Eagles
the
territory.
fake handoff
First and
to
10
Coffin,
Raiders.
and Cruz across the. Listen,
From
he's
the
just putting that up there,
47-yard
spraying it
line.
down.
Absolutely.
I'm going to give him the Burke 47.
Yep.
Wow.
Give it a
Love
22-yard pass play. 40 yards of passing for Brett Fuller tonight.
And this is attack mode right here. If you're the Raiders,
Yeah.
attack.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Fuller out of the shotgun on a first down. Raiders over the football at the Burke 47. They'll snap between the hash marks, and it's going to be another play-action pass. Fuller throws quick across the middle to Balmas. Complete 40, 35, and push out of bounds on the near sideline about the Burke 32-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 15 for Port Jervis and another first down, and a late flag.
On the far side.
And that's way on the other side of the field. Geez, I hope it's just not you're going to
Illegal
ineligible
man
receiver
downfield on the
downfield by the
Raiders.
Raider offense.
How did that happen?
Some guy
my
knowing
goodness.
that's. I mean, yeah.
We'll leave it at that. The Raiders are flagged for the second time tonight, this time for an ineligible receiver, and so they will move the ball back to the Port 46-yard line.
Penalty.
That's tough.
First and 15.
That's it. Yeah. That call right there is unnecessary, part of high school football. First and 10. First down, check that. 15, I guess, if you will, from the Port 46-yard line. They're going to
stunned
redo
by,
the down.
by where the markers are right now. It's at the Port 46. They need the Burke 38 for a first down. And it'll be a pop pass, and that one is going to be swung out to the far side by Anthony Theodore.
Theodore left side.
Theodore, if I'm not mistaken, a freshman.
Yep.
And he gets a carry there.
Wood, gain of about 1.
He missed a couple games. He was hurt.
15.
He had like a hip injury. Is that correct?
A hip flexor. We're going to give him 1 on that to the 47. And nice to see him back, sophomore. Oh, check that freshman. 5'8", 140 pounds. Yeah, ball's being marked at the 47-yard line. Second down for the Raiders.
Puzzling spot. Very strange.
Well,
okay. Doesn't matter what I think. It's a second down for Port at their own. What are we going to say that, Tommy? The 48?
I'll give him the 47.
All right, here's a handoff to Coffin. He crosses midfield, still going and brought down to the Burke
Coffin,
Catholic
right
45.
side.
That's a gain of 7.
Tackled by
And
Peters.
it sets up a more manageable third down
Gain of
play.
about 8.
For 6
Third
into the
and
game on the
6.
offensive line for the Raiders. We have a timeout.
And Burke's got another
Injury timeout.
All right, Burke has another injury. We will take a timeout with him. 2 minutes, 48 seconds to play in the Masters Pest Control first quarter. It's 8-0 Port. We're back with more Raider football right after this on WDLC. It's all presented by ADAC.
Let's have a nice round of applause for number 77, Austin Metz. Third and 8 on the Eagles' 45. Fuller finds Howard. Pushed out of bounds by number 25, Benzinger. Gives the Raiders a first down on the Eagles' 20. Coffin left side, loss of 2. Tackled by Benzinger and Giordano. 2nd and 12.
Celebrating her 16th birthday tonight, Kevin.
Oh, happy birthday, Kimmy.
Yeah, she's a cheerleader down on the sidelines, right there on the track. So happy birthday, sweet 16 for Kimmy.
Shares a birthday with my nephew, Derek Presto.
There you go.
Inside of 2 minutes to play in the first quarter, 8-0 Port. The Raiders looking for more, facing a 2nd and 12 from the Burke 23. Fuller going to throw as he rolls to the right. Throws quickly, caught by Calvin Cruz. Cruz is sandwiched at about the 17-yard line, and it'll be a 3rd down for Port. And there's a flag down.
Tackled by Mazzy.
Going to be a hold. That ball's at that flag's at the line of scrimmage. So the ball's being marked at, what, the 18? That'll be a spot foul. Notice Port Jervis is rolling out a lot more, not the pocket quarterback that we've seen in the past from Brett. And I think he's learning that there's a lot more vision downfield when you roll out, and those big uglies are to your left or to your right. And he can throw off the front foot and the back foot. He's so strong. So getting him out into that area.
25.
If you're a linebacker, that's a nightmare because you don't want to stare him down because you don't know if he's going to run it or throw it, and he can throw it on the dime.
All right, so we will redo 2nd down, but from significantly further away from the Burke end zone, as they're going to put it at the Burke 38-yard line.
Wow.
2nd and 25 or so. The Raiders have a first down at about the 11 of Burke. So it's actually 2nd and 27. Fuller throws over the middle to Balmos, and it's nearly intercepted. It's incomplete, and it is 3rd down and a million.
25.
Oh boy, now the Raiders losing focus here a little bit. You know, that 2-point conversion seemed all full of excitement, getting the fumble recovery by Cruz on the next drive from Burke. And then this drive, you know, Port had the man downfield penalty. Now they have the holding penalty, so their focus is off here, and they got to regain their momentum, stick to the game plan, and execute. Right now, they're just kind of stumbling around a little bit.
It'll be 3rd down from the Burke 38-yard line. They need the 11.
Walking through from the huddle, Kev. You know my pet peeve.
You don't like that, Tommy. You don't like it. 1:05 to go in the first quarter, 8-0 Port. Fuller claps for it, takes a chest-high snap, and drops straight back to throw. Throws deep down the middle of the field for Calvin Cruz. It's caught! Touchdown Raiders! What a catch by Calvin Cruz! He cradles it with the right hand and brings the left hand in to secure it, and then walks into the end zone. And a flag on the play again. And it's another hold against Port Jervis. That is
holding
criminal
on the Raiders.
Because that was a
Nullifies
very,
the
very good play. Boy, Tommy, Calvin Cruz has really developed as a wide receiver this season for Port Jervis.
Wow. That ball, when it was thrown in the air, it looked like it was totally incomplete. Cruz found his way underneath that, but negated on the holding penalty. And that's
brutal.
Oh,
just brutal.
On the Raiders.
That ball is going to be marked in Port territory now.
I shouldn't have said Gamillion so soon.
10-yard penalty.
And Port's got to use a timeout, Kev.
Timeout.
They got to refocus here.
Raiders.
Ball's going to be marked at their own 46-yard
Perfect opportunity
line.
to discuss our 2021 Varsity Cheerleaders head coach, Ms. Christine Addy.
They need the
Sarah
11.
Clone.
So
Taylor Walters,
they need 39
DR
on the
Garcia,
plus side, plus another 4. This is a
Marissa
3rd
Lewis,
and
Ashley Russell,
43.
Athena
Coming
Pino,
up for Port
Earth
Jervis.
Sintron,
I don't remember the
Casey
last time we
Lynch,
had a 3rd and 43.
Taylor Miaskuch, Stephanie
They have the ball
Laurentino,
moved all the way
Brooke
back
Bartashevitz, who has a birthday
Port
today,
territory.
Kimberly Brabenich,
And
who
what
also
is
has a
really-
birthday today,
What is
Anna
really
Good and
disappointing,
Jillian
Tommy,
Talmadge, your
is,
2021
Calvin Cruz
Varsity
gets that touchdown
cheerleaders.
catch taken away because that was pretty.
You know, listen, every high school play, there's a hold. Those offensive linemen, they know what they're doing. It's just a matter of getting caught on that. And, all that pass protection, sooner or later, and it's you're a victim of your own circumstance sometimes. The offensive line is stronger against this defensive line. But, you know how to get your hands in there a little bit. There's secrets that they learn. Always grab on the inside of the armpits. Don't make sure they see your arm on the outside. And, your guy twists on you a little bit. Next thing you know, boom, your hand's out there. The referee sees it, and there's no hiding it. So, negated a great touchdown pass by Cruz, or touchdown catch. Hey, I got one for you. Kimmy Rabinick celebrating her 16th birthday yesterday in the Orange County Legislature. Taylor Mieszkuch, 10th grader, sang the national anthem, and she's cheering for us, the Raiders, on the sidelines.
That's awesome. All right, so on third and literally forever, the Raiders will roll out Brett Fuller. He's going to chuck it deep down the field again for Calvin Cruz. And again, Calvin nearly caught it. I thought he was going to haul it in.
Cruz.
It was just a step past him, and it'll be fourth down for Port. They'll have to punt it away.
Fourth and 45.
They gave it their best shot
Raiders
there.
Into punt.
Fuller really heaved it downfield and just missed Calvin by a step.
Well, in that situation, what do you do? I mean, you throw short to get, open yards to try to get closer on a fourth down. I mean, Kevin, the first down marker is at the 11-yard line.
Correct.
So even if that pass is caught, that's either a touchdown or close to a first down. So Port now forced to punt. It'll be their first punt of the night, and Balmas will be out there to punt.
Balmas to kick.
48 seconds to go in the first quarter, and it is 8-0 Port Jervis. Two men back deep to receive the kick for the Eagles. That's Jake Mazzy and Jeremy Raganeth. Balmas' punt is very short. It's going to go out of bounds. I don't even know. Okay, they're going to spot that ball about the Burke 40, you think?
Well, they do the referee walk now. He's going to hike it back to where he thinks it went out of bounds.
Oh, he's still going backwards.
Well, I don't know if he saw that.
Did he throw the 32?
Okay, now he does his little walk back.
He's at the 32 now. Now he's walking back up to the 41. Okay, so that's where
at the Eagles,
the football goes out of bounds at the Burke Catholic 41-yard line, and so that's where Burke gets it back with 42 seconds to go.
Kev, sometimes they call these games trap games where you have to come motivated to play. You're coming out of that big game against Middletown. You know who your opponent is here in Burke. But Port Jervis right now, they have to get focused again. That timeout from Coach didn't seem to get action happening in the right direction. So let's see if the defense can fire things up.
Right to left they go. They give it to Chris Leahy. He gets past the first line of defense
and
then is brought down.
4, tackled by Sorelli.
Nick Sorelli brings him down at the Port 45-yard, or excuse me, at the Burke 45-yard line, and the clock rolls. 4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6 coming for the Eagles here. Will they snap the ball before the quarter ends? They are huddled right now at their own 35-yard line. 8-0 Port. The Eagles go right to left. They have 15 seconds to snap the ball, and now it looks like they're going to say go ahead and send it to the second quarter. So we'll do just that. 8-0 Port, 12 minutes in the books. We're back in 60 seconds with more Raider football here on WDLC, presented by the Alcoholism and Drug Abuse Council of Orange County.
Up 8-0 on the Burke Eagles. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, immediately as halftime ends, the homecoming, the crowning of the homecoming king and queen. Giordano up the middle. Giordano on a 55-yard run. Makes it 8-6 for Jervis. Burke has elected to go for 2. Leahy, left side, converts to 2 points. Ties it up 8-8 with 11:50 to go in the second quarter.
Ever throw your football helmet on the field. You come out and play football. And tonight, Port Jervis had a couple moments where they were playing football, but more times than not so far, they kind of just been lackadaisical out there. And Burke taking advantage and capitalizing on that. Port needs to wise up.
Burke Catholic kicks it back to the Raiders, and it'll be fielded at the 11-yard line by Calvin Cruz. 20-25. Cruz to the 30, still on his feet to the 35, and now to the 40, 45, 50, and Cruz brings it into Eagle territory to the Burke 44-yard line, and a late flag. And I think they're going to hit Nate Chambers with an unsportsmanlike conduct here. Boy, the penalties are really starting to pile up against Port Jervis.
You know.
By the way, let's take a quick look at the Buc-ee's taxi drive summary. Burke goes 59 yards in just 2 plays, 52 seconds in time of possession. And it was a 55-yard touchdown run by Brian Giordano. Chris Leahy carried the 2-point conversion in, and it's 8-all. Personal foul will go against Port Jervis. It's after it'll be assessed after the return.
So the ball right now is at the Burke 45. So they're going to set it up at the Port 40-yard line.
Tommy, I have the Raiders for 5 penalties and 60 yards in penalties already. Just 11:41.
15-yard penalty puts the ball back in their own territory,
right there,
starting
no
first and 10 at the
Cruz
Raider
makes a great run downfield on the kick return, and any late hit or anything like that is absolutely inexcusable. Sets Port up first and 10 at their own 40 instead of deep or in Burke territory.
The Raiders go right to left here in the second quarter. Geffen Cawthon gets the carry near side 45. Cawthon spilled out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
About 7.
Nice carry there on first down by Geffen Cawthon.
And that's what you got to do. Reestablish yourself offensively. Cawthon's a great inside-outside runner. Give him the ball. Get that defense to start biting on him. And then you go to the passing game. Remember, we saw, Fuller has quite a dynamic repertoire back there at quarterback, checking off the receiver 1, 2. Get back to the basics, quick pass, get the one-on-one matchup. We saw that last week against that strong Middletown defense, and tonight we haven't seen too much of that.
2nd and 2 for the Raiders from their own 48. Right to left they go in an 8-8 game. Fuller claps for it out of the shotgun. Straight drop back. He's going to throw across the middle. It's caught by Balmos on the far side. He's free, 45-40, and he's inside the 40, down to the Burke Catholic 37-yard line.
And there it is right there. That quick little look in. Balmos gets that one-on-one. He had 2-on-1 matchup there, which is one-on-one in my books because he is such a strong receiver with the ball in his hands. Gets a nice first down. Now, starting to build that momentum back for the Raiders.
15-yard pickup, first down Port. And they continue to work quickly here on this drive. They're at the Burke Catholic 37-yard line, and right to left they go. Fuller gives it to Cawthon. Cawthon up the middle, and he is hit. Is he still going? No, he's brought down at the 35. It'll be a short gain of about 2, and a second down and 8 coming for the Raiders. 11:05 to go. Clock rolls here. Our second quarter presented tonight by Tom's Automotive. Thank you to Tom Sexton and everybody at Tom's Auto.
Tom's here at the game tonight. He'll be one of the escort drivers in the halftime homecoming court. He's got his convertible here, along with a host of other great-looking cars off to our left tonight.
Second down for the Raiders at the Burke 35. Throw to Calvin Cruz on the run. 30, 25, 20. He lowers his shoulder into the red zone, and a first down for the Raiders.
How about the block downfield by...
Gives the Raiders a first down.
Oh, God, I can't see the number. Great block downfield.
2-yard line.
First and 10 for the Raiders, and I like that play, Kev.
Absolutely. Where are they going to put this football? At about the 18 or the 17?
Give him the 17.
18-yard pickup for Cruz. Fuller out of the shotgun, Cawthon to his right. Twins to the far side, Tyler Howard to the near side. Play action pass. Rolling right is Fuller. Rolling towards the far sideline. Now he steps back. Now he steps up. He's in trouble. He's going to run it. To the 15, to the 10, and he heads for the stick on the far side of the field and gets a first down for the Raiders.
How about that run? Rolls out to the right.
Pushed out by
big
Peters.
Play fake. Rolls out to the right. Delays. And that Burke defense, Port's going to wear these guys down. And that time they were worn down. And Fuller made a smart move. And it should be a 1st and goal.
It is. It's at about the 7-yard line, we'll
Hold on,
call
we
it.
got an official timeout on
There'll
the
be a
field.
measurement.
I think they're going to measure this,
See
Kev.
if it's a first down.
I didn't think it was anywhere close. I guess it was at the 17, so you take it to the 7. It's a 10-yard pickup.
Well, you know what? This is great for Port. Gives them a chance to catch their breath, come up with a play, and ready to go. Burke's not even huddling right now. They could care less.
The clock has stopped with the official's measurement here. It's an 8-8 game.
Well, he's short.
And he's shy. Just a matter of inches on this play, so it'll be 2nd down and short. So technically, Brent gets 9.
No inches in
From
high
the
school, college, or pro
line.
football. That's
correct.
1 yard short, so the ball's officially marked at the 8-yard line.
All right. Let's see what the Raiders want to do here. Again, Tyler Howard is split to the near side. He's about an ocean away from everybody else on the team. Now he runs back to the formation. Jaron Rodriguez is in the slot on the near side. Cawthon in the backfield. It'll be Cawthon who will get the swing pass. Cawthon to the 10. Cawthon cuts up to the 5-yard line and is brought down
Fuller
there.
to Cawthon,
Maybe the 4. It's a
side.
first down regardless.
Tackled
And the
by
Raiders will have a
Williams.
1st and goal to
First
go.
and goal, Raiders.
Kev?
From the
Gonna cause a
5-yard
little
line.
controversy, my friends.
Oh, is that not a...
That was a lateral,
That's
not
a
a
lateral.
pass.
That's a running play inside the 5-yard line. We'll
My
call-
stat guys, they'll be talking to me later tonight about that one.
It's a 3-yard pickup and a 1st and goal to go for the Raiders. 9:54 clock rolling here in the Tom's Auto 2nd quarter. The game is tied at 8 right now, and the Raiders trying to get back in front.
Boy, they needed this drive, Kevin. They needed this, and they need to capitalize.
Almost the lone receiver to the far side. Rodriguez and Howard to the near side. Fuller going to give it. No, he's going to roll right now. Looking for DeMarco. Complete. Touchdown
Fuller to
Raiders.
DeMarco. Touchdown Raiders.
Beautifully executed rollout pass play. It's a 5-yard touchdown pass from Fuller to Jaden DeMarco, and the Raiders are back out in front 14-8 with the extra point pending.
Nice play. What a play. What a pass. DeMarco's the only guy that can catch that ball. It's low and outside his shoulder. That means that ball is either caught or it's incomplete. No defender could ever come close to catching that, and that's a good play, good finish. Exactly what the Raiders need to come back, get the rhythm back.
Nick Sorelli will try the extra point again out of the hold of Ivan Figueroa. They had a low snap of the first try. This snap is good. The kick is up. It's a line drive. Did he get it through? He did not. He missed it wide left, and it remains 14-8 Port with 9:32 to go in the 2nd quarter. We're back in 30 seconds with more Raider football on WDLC, presented by ADAC. .9:32 to go in the Tom's Auto 2nd quarter, and it is 14-8 in favor of your Raiders. The eye in the sky gracing us here in the press box. Always good to see Coach Sabo. 9:32 to go in the quarter, 14-8 Port, and Nick Sorelli will send it away to the Eagles, who will field it at about the 10-yard line across the 20, 25, and then drilled there is the return man, Jeremy Raganath, a junior. He's hit pretty hard. Was it Fuller on the hit there for the Raiders? I think it might have been.
Fuller.
Bucky's Taxi Drive Summary shows the Raiders going 60 yards in 7 plays, 2 minutes and 18 seconds in time of possession, a 5-yard touchdown pass from Brett Fuller to Jaden DeMarco. The extra point was no good, and it's 14-8. They're going to put the football at the Burke 26 to start this drive.
All right, my stat guys are telling me, no, that was a pass. Well, from my eyes, that looked like a lateral to me. We'll go and we'll talk about that later on.
To consult the film, go to the videotape. First down play is going to be a handoff to Leahy. Up the gut he goes, and he'll be wrapped up. DeMarco helped to finish the tackle. It was either was it Figueroa? Figueroa started it. He did. The sophomore was the first man to hit
Figueroa.
Fahey.
Second.
I tell you what.
Or Leahy, rather. Go ahead, Tom.
For Port Jervis, Ivan Figueroa on that 2-point conversion early on in the game.
Yes.
I like the way that kid holds that football and runs. We've seen him on the defense. He's an animal. But got some solid form on the O side, Coach.
We're inside of 9 minutes to play, second quarter, 14-8 Port. Burke Catholic with the football going left to right at their own 29-yard line. Jake Carter, the junior quarterback under center, gives it to Giordano. He goes to the left, tries to find a hole, finds one, and gets about 4 on the carry to the 35-yard line. Actually, that'll be 6 yards.
We saw what he did the last time he touched the ball and went 55 for the touchdown.
Montalvo.
They're going to credit Tyler Montalvo with the tackle. It's 3rd and a yard to go.
Big yard here for Burke right now. Port Jervis wants to put the clamps on the Eagle offense. That defense for Port Jervis has had some moments of big hits. They could use a big one right now.
How about Ryan Russman on the defensive line being just towered over by Sorelli and Montalvo there.
You can't see him out there.
On 3rd and short, handoff up the gut, and I think the Raiders denied the Eagles there on 3rd and short. They're able to push the running back, and he's not going to get anything. No gain on the play.
Sorelli and Chambers at the bottom of that. Maybe a loss on the play. Check that. Nope, a gain of 0 on that play. It'll bring a 4th down for Burke. And if you're Burke, you got to punt the ball here, right, Kev? Come on.
Oh, man, I could see it going either way here. I mean, if you don't convert it, you give Port Jervis the football deep in your territory.
Try to draw the defense off with a high snap count.
Yep, they're out there going for it on 4th down.
That's gutsy. Woo.
Tightening it up along the line of scrimmage, and they get Port to jump. But there's no flag. He's able to get back in time where somebody didn't see it. But Carter went for the hard snap count. One of the Raider linemen went across but didn't get flagged for it. The Eagles will take a timeout. We'll keep it here in the booth. 7:23 to go here in the second quarter. And it is 14-8. Our second quarter presented tonight by Tom's Automotive. Alongside Tom Fagione, I'm Kevin Halpany. Tristan Lawson is in our WDLC studios tonight. We were talking about the 3rd and 43. I'll tell you what, Raider Nation doesn't hesitate, man. It took about 5 minutes for somebody to say, I remember a 3rd and 40 from 1986.
We won't go down that road.
I'm just impressed by the recall.
Let me tell you something. You don't forget it. Listen, it's like fishing. The fish get bigger when they tell the story. But not here in Port Jervis.
Everything is factually accurate.
Kevin, I can tell you a play back in 1989 against Smith. And you know what? Good. And that's exactly. We saw that last week. We talked about the history and the heritage of football here in Port Jervis. But for our friends and our people that contact us to talk about plays they remember from 30, 40 years ago, that resonates to how important this game is. Burke's going to do it the quick kick now.
Yes, they are. Wolfpack in. Oh, no, they're going to sneak it, try to get the first down with Leahy, and they got it. Burke Catholic got it.
That was a gutsy call.
I don't know if that was Leahy or not.
It sure was.
Jersey. Was it?
Yeah, Figueroa coming up at the bottom there, but Leahy steamrolled that offensive line and the defensive line, and he'll move the chains for Burke as they get a 1st and 10. That's a gutsy call right there. You don't convert that. I mean, the Raiders, that's a
37.
that's a game changer right there if the Raiders get the ball back.
Indeed it is. 2-yard pickup and a 1st down for Burke Catholic. 7:06 clock rolling here in the Tom's Auto second quarter. 14-8 Port. High snap, and Leahy will take the direct snap and run left, find some room across the 45 and brought down at midfield, if not inside Raider territory.
12 in
Huge
the
gain
territory.
on the first down play.
From the Raider,
I think they're going to put this football at the midfield stripe. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Burke. My goodness. Interesting switch up here, Tommy. A little bit of
Montalvo to the sidelines for Port Jervis on the defensive line. We mentioned Russman was out there before. Montalvo looks like he's a little banged up there. 1st and 10 for Burke at their own 50-yard line. When your hot hand is 34 Leahy, why not just center snap right to him?
1st down Burke at the midfield stripe. And it's going to be a misdirection play to the 45, now to the 40, now to the 25. And that was Jeremy Raganeth
gain of about
on the misdirection play to the Port 32-yard line.
Keep your head up and on a swivel with this tight offensive formation for Burke. Port's defense is reacting and not making things happen on that play. And for Burke, Raganeth with a huge run and a big 1st down.
A gain of 18, and it's a first down for Burke at the Port Jervis 32-yard line. They have found some soft spots in this Port Jervis defense, Tommy, and they're taking advantage of it. 6:12 to go, clock rolling as we approach the midway point of the second quarter. Handoff goes to Giordano, runs left, has a hole, has some big yards inside the 25. A late flag on the play. Close to first down yardage. I think they're going to give it to him.
Holding on the Eagles.
And finally, Burke gets called for a penalty. The first one against Burke tonight. It'll be a hold. And the Eagles will give up what would have been a first down run by Giordano.
Yeah, big run negated by the hold. And Port's defense grateful for that. 10-yard spot foul. So they'll do the down over again. It'll be first down for
on the Eagles. 10-yard penalty.
Looks like they're going to give him the 32, Kev. So back to the line
first
of scrimmage.
And 10.
So a pickup of 10 minus 10 on the hold. It's almost, and in fact, a do-over.
Ugh. That's not what you want out of a hold.
No.
Inside of 6 minutes to play, second quarter, 14-8 Port. Burke with the football going left to right at the Port Jervis 42, or check that, the 32-yard line. Here's a handoff to Giordano, and again he finds a hole. 25 to the 20 to the 15. 10,
Giordano up the
touchdown.
middle.
Burke Catholic has
Touchdown
found
Eagles.
some
32-yard
serious
run.
holes in this Raider defense. And this game is now tied at 14 with 5:39 to go. A 32-yard touchdown run by Brian Giordano, his second touchdown run tonight.
That wing offense, you know, it's that misdirection, inside handoff, delayed cutback, and Port's defense is scrambling to try to find where the ball carrier is. Here's one for you. Just before that play, Chris Hicks comes to the sideline, working out a cramp on his leg, and that's where the ball went right by, and it was a huge 32-yard touchdown run for Burke and Giordano, and it looks like Burke's going to set up with the PAT try. Nope, they're going to go for two here, Kev.
Yeah, why not? You got Chris Leahy just
Eagles are going
Leahy and
for two.
Giordano just steamrolling right now. They're going to go for two. They run right, and the Raiders aren't letting it happen. Oh, it's Ryan
Leahy,
Russman
right side.
stopping that one. Jaden DeMarco in on the hit as well, but Ryan Russman was the architect of that tackle, and they are denied. So guess what? We're still tied. 14 all, 5:39 to go second quarter. We're back in 30 seconds with more Raider football here on WDLC, presented by ADAC. We're tied at 14. Calvin Cruz will pick up the kick at about the 3-yard line. He's out across the 10. Now there's a flag on the play, and he'll be brought
Cruz,
down at the
side,
14-yard
on the
line.
play.
I think Port's going to get penalized for an illegal block here. It's a hold
Legal block in the back
against
on
the
the
Raiders. The sixth penalty against Port. This will be a half the distance to the goal scenario, and the Raiders are going to be backed up
Cruz
in the shadow of their own end zone.
Farrell.
That guy had that flag was in his hand before the play even started.
It has been an ugly game so far tonight between Port and Burke. We're tied at 14, 5:34 to go in the Tom's Auto second quarter. And the Raiders reeling a little bit here after getting...
It's going to be a half the distance mark there.
Giving up another touchdown to Brian Giordano.
Illegal block in the back.
The
Puts the
Eagles
ball
have really
inside the 5-yard
found
line.
some,
Raiders will start first and 10
some
from
ground
their own
work time. Where are they gonna
4-yard
put the
line.
ball?
I got him at the 3, Kev.
Okay. First down Port at their own 3-yard line. They're huddling inside their own end zone. Bucky's taxi drive summary shows Burke going 74 yards on 7 plays, 3 minutes and 53 seconds in time of possession. A 32-yard touchdown run by Brian Giordano. 2-point try was no good. Fuller's going to give it to Cawthon. Cawthon is going to be brought down at about the 2-yard line.
Cawthon left
Boy,
side.
first contact made by Leahy at the
Leahy.
goal line. And then Cawthon was able to move it a little bit forward. That was dangerous.
Boy, that is barely the 2, almost the 1.
Lost the yard, second and 11.
If you're Burke's defense, you're fired up right now, and you see Cawthon in the backfield. Key on him. The offense needs to move the ball north, and on the ground, there's only one guy that's going to carry the ball, unless the quarterback keeps it himself, and we haven't seen that tonight.
Twin receivers in
once.
the game. on each side of the field. Fuller out of the shotgun. High snap. Hands off to Cawthon. Cawthon sweeps to the near side. Gets it across the 5. Cawthon to the 10. Still going.
Cawthon
And he's
left
going to
side,
get
tackled out of
close to a
bounds.
Raider first down. Excellent run to the near sideline by Geffen
Tackled by
Cawthon. And they will
Rockwall.
move the chains. That was tremendous.
There's a little breath right there
However,
for the
gives
Raider
the
faithful.
Raiders a first down.
Oh my
and
gosh,
10
that's a
from their
big
own
first down right
15.
there at their own 15-yard line. We'll give Geffen 13 and a tremendous first down there. Clock continuing to move after they set the chains. 4:50 to go in the second quarter. 14 all here at Gwinnett Field between Port Jervis and Burke Catholic. DeMarco they have split out in the slot to the near side. Fuller looking to throw quickly. Wanted DeMarco. Did he catch it? He did. What a catch there on the near side
Fuller
at
to
about the
DeMarco. It is a
22-yard
catch.
line.
Inbounds.
Jaden slow to get up here on the near sideline, but he does pop up there after a great catch.
We got an injury on the field. Someone a little slow for the Raiders getting up. Looks like a lower
Injury
leg.
timeout.
You know, it's warm out there, Kev, and these guys, those big guys out there, a couple leg cramps so far tonight. So got to make sure
Any
they're drinking the
individual or
pickle juice or
person that
whatever it
is
is they need
escorting
to.
a senior on the homecoming court, please
I
make
think
your
it's
way
about a
down to the
7-yard
end
pickup
zone
for
closest
DeMarco and
to
everything
the
is said and done
concession
as the
stand.
Raider player
Any
is
individual that
intended
is
to.
escorting a
4:32 to
senior
go
on the
before
homecoming
halftime,
court,
and
please
it
make your
is
way down to the
14
end
all
zone
here. A
by the
stunning
concession stand.
situation. But again, Tommy, it's high school football. You just never know.
You can't take any game.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's simple. Everybody that plays Port, they circle that game on their calendar. They know that's a big game. And for Port, there's some games you circle where you're like, you know what, we're going to get the better of those teams.
Have a nice round
But
of
you got to
applause.
go out and get it. And that's Hicks again
For
for the
Chris
Raiders.
Hicks.
Like I mentioned, he was on the sidelines defensively getting that leg cramp taken care of. And now he's back there on the offensive side, and that leg cramp came back. So got to keep an eye on him, make sure he gets some hydration into him.
Another former Raider in attendance, Trey Wilkerson. So it's a second down at about 3 to go as the ball is spotted at the Port Jervis 22-yard line after a 7-yard pickup through the air for Port. We'll bring you a Wither Law out-of-town scoreboard update here. Cornwall in front of Menacing, 14-7 late in the second quarter in Slate Hill tonight. 14 all here at Gwinnett Field. Fuller's going to throw quickly to Calvin Cruz. Cruz across the 20 to the 25, has the first down, and then is sent out of bounds shy of the 30-yard line.
Knocked down and out
They
by
like to throw
Capito.
that short side of the field, even with the
However,
2 or 3
gives the Raiders
receivers
a
out
first
there.
down
And that's a first down for Port
on their own
Jervis, so
28.
Their 12th first down tonight.
How about that?
And they'll move the ball to the 29-yard line, a gain of 7 and a first down for Port Jervis. 4:15 to go, second quarter.
They're going to move with purpose now. Now's the time to put it together, fellas. Let's go.
14 all here at Gwinnett. Twin receivers to the far side, one in the slot. Now Calvin Cruz will move in motion to the near side. Cawthon gets the handoff and runs to the right. Looks for a hold, gets to the 30, to the 35-yard line, to the 40, 45, and brought down to the
Cawthon right
47-yard line.
Gain of about
Another
18.
great run by senior
First
Geffen
down,
Cawthon.
Raiders.
Huge blocks downfield, way downfield by Malzahn and Sorelli.
Tackled by
And
Peters.
Cawthon just happy to see those two
Raiders
guys in
first
front
and
of him.
10 from their own
And a big first down
49-yard
for
line.
Port Jervis.
20-yard carry for Geffen Cawthon. Clock coming up on 4 minutes to play in our second quarter, presented to you tonight by Tom's Automotive. And the Raiders over the football at their own 49. Malzahn at the center. Fuller will work out of the shotgun. Jaron Rodriguez and Balmos to the far side of the field. Calvin Cruz and Tyler Howard are split to the near side. Straight drop back for Fuller. Looks left. Now he's looking for the end zone for Tyler Howard. The throw is deep. Howard caught it. Howard scored. Oh, he's just shy of the goal line. I thought he was going to get it for sure, but he falls down, and his knee goes down at about the 3-yard line. Tyler, boy, I thought you were going in there, buddy. What a catch, though.
What concentration. And Tyler ran a quick,
Puts the Raider
fast
ball
route down
at
the middle
the
down the
3-yard
sideline,
line.
a little
First and
look
goal,
in,
Raiders.
and feathered
Fuller
that
to
ball,
Howard.
And he got tripped up at about the 5. Ball's going to be marked at, give him the 2, Kev. We'll give him the 1.
My goodness. Tommy.
What do you think, the 1? Oh,
I'm putting it at the 2.
All right, we'll give him the 2. That way he'll feel a little bit better.
First and goal to go for the Raiders at the Burke 2, trying to break this 14-all tie. Fuller out of the shotgun. Cawthon in the backfield to his left. 2 receivers to the far side. It'll be Cawthon. Cawthon straight up the gut. Cawthon dances left, puts the ball out, tries to break the plane to the goal. Did he? No call from the officials just yet. They say he's a yard shy.
Inches from the goal line.
It's been a tough night for the Raiders.
Well, 21 deserves a touchdown carry now.
Tackled
He's
by a
earned
host
his
of
opportunity.
Eagles.
That ball could not be
Second
any
and goal.
closer, Jeff.
You might be able to get a
For
sliver
the
of
Raiders.
paper there between the tip of the football and the goal line there. It's a 1 yard pickup for Cawthon and a second and goal.
Light stock of paper. No cardboard between that goal line and the football.
All right, again, full out of the shotgun. This time, Cawthon moves to the right. And they'll give it to Cawthon again. Geffen will go left, and this time he gets in nearly
left
untouched.
side,
A 1 yard touchdown
Raiders.
run for Geffen. Cawthon, well deserved, and with 2:34 to go
Makes it
in the
20
Tom's Auto second
to
quarter,
14.
it is 20-14 Port. The Raiders are back in front for the third time tonight.
How about Port go for two for Kev? What do you think?
What I think is the Raiders just completed
need
a 97-yard drive, Tommy. That's what I think. Yeah, I think they should go for two. Absolutely no doubt about it.
Wow, that ball, that's some drive right there.
Yep.
Some drive. And that catch by Howard was the
Raiders are
catalyst
gonna go
for
for
sure.
two.
Yes, it was.
We're breaking the huddle here. Not sure what they want to do.
They're going to go for two, though. Fuller's going to work out of the shotgun, cruise to the near side, and Rodriguez and Falmos to the far side. And Brett Fuller's going to roll left. Fuller looking. Now he's going to be sacked. They will not
Fuller
convert
rolls
the two-point
left,
conversion.
sacked by Leahy
As he's brought
Score
down,
remains
we have
20.
seen now
to 14.
two straight two-point conversion attempts thwarted.
Once again,
And with
escorting
2:34 to go before halftime. We'll send it
senior
back to
for
the studio
homecoming
for a
court.
30-second
Please
break.
make your way to the
It is
end
20-14
zone closest
Port. You're listening to live coverage of
to the
Raider football on
concession
WDLC
stand.
Port
We will
Jervis.
start
It's all presented by
immediately
ADAC.
when halftime begins.
Twenty to 14, Port Jervis in front of Burke Catholic. 2:34 to go in the second quarter, and Nick Sorelli has the ball teed up at the Port 40, ready to kick it away right to left to the Burke Catholic Eagles. It's a low line drive kick.
Nobody wants it.
It'll be fielded about the 16-yard line across the 20 to the 25, and to the 32 goes the Burke return man. Believe that was Liam
Benzinger up the
Benzinger
middle.
on the return for the Eagles. How about this drive summary for Port Jervis? 97 yards they go. Remember, off of the kick,
Eagles will begin first and 10.
they had a block in
on
the
their
back, an
33.
illegal or a hold penalty called against them that took them back to their own 3-yard line. 3 minutes and 5 seconds in time of possession. It was an 8-play drive. Geffen Cawthon a 1-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion failed. It's 20 to 14 Port. Now Burke back with the football at their own 33-yard line. First and 10, and it'll be a pass, a play-action pass. It'll be incomplete, intended for Leahy, but boy, Jake Carter was under a ton of pressure from Ryan Russman.
You want to hear pressure? I'll give
Ryan Ross?
That was Russman and Ross on
Ross,
that.
yep.
Second down for Burke at their own 33. Talk about pressure. How about this one? Got to give a big shout out to the West End Wallies. Alice is patiently waiting for her big shout out. So Alice and Jimmy and everybody, glad you guys are listening out there. You guys are Raiders through and through, no doubt about it.
That is awesome. What a clan, the Hendrys. 2:26 to go here in the second quarter, 20 to 14 Port, and he's going to hand it off to Giordano, and boy, he nearly broke another one, but he was tripped up by Ryan Russman, so it's going to be a short gain and a third and long coming for Burke.
Russman, you mentioned him being at that defensive line position. The kid's 2 foot tall out there. He's like a little Rudy, but he made a great tackle on that play, and good play by the Raider senior.
It'll be a 3rd and 8 facing Burke from their own 35-yard line as we go inside of 2 minutes to play in the Tom's Auto second quarter. It is 20 to 14 Port. The Raiders have gone in front on 3 separate occasions only to see Burke come back and tie it the previous 2. Now the Raider defense is going to try to make sure that doesn't happen a third time.
The clock continues to tick.
And here's a little misdirection again. Raganath up the middle to the 40-yard line. He'll get the first down to the 46.
Raganath
Was that a double pitch?
middle,
Did he
gain
pitch
of
it to
about
Giordano and then get it back?
10 tackled
Oh,
by
they are
Chambers.
really pulling out
Eagles
all the
first
stops
down
here, are the Eagles here, and it is Raganath
on
that
their
picks up the
own
first down
46.
for Burke.
Play like that gets broken when a defensive lineman gets that ball pitched in his hands.
An 11-yard gain for Burke and a first down for the Eagles at their own 46. They'll snap between the hash marks with $1:20 to go before halftime. They'll give it to Leahy. Leahy will rumble left, and he gets to the 50-yard line and into
Leahy,
Port
left
territory. And whistles are blown.
Tripped
Port
up by
Jervis
Chambers.
is going to take. I'm sorry. Burke Catholic will
And
take a timeout.
DeMarco.
Well, we will
So,
keep it here in the
Second
booth.
and
Game
4.
reset. Balls now.
Timeout,
First or
Eagles.
second down for Burke at the Port Jervis. What we give him the 48-yard line. So pick up a 6 on the play. But this timeout's not only good for Burke, but this is great for Port's defense. Gives them a chance to catch their breath. Coach Stellato, Coach Straharski, Coach Theodore out there instructing those guys. And it's got to be demonstrative. It's, guys, you got to do something here. You got to stop this Burke running game. We've seen that they can't throw the ball in the air at all. None whatsoever. But, boy, they got to stop this running game. 1 minute and 14 seconds left here before halftime. You're up by 6. And you want two things. You want to stop, and then you want to get the ball back in your offensive hand.
Port in front by 6 here with 1 minute and 14 seconds before halftime. Tommy, why don't you tell our listeners about our halftime guest that we have joining us here?
Well, we do have a special surprise, and
Oh, did you want it to be a surprise? I'm sorry.
it might
I
be a
didn't mean to put you on
surprise
the
because
spot there.
I don't see our guest here yet, so the surprise might be on us. But we do have plans in the works. Official. One of our Port Jervis officials, one of the student reps to the Port Jervis School Board should be here tonight. A name not to be announced yet until her arrival.
Second down from the Port 49, and again they'll go with the double pitch. And again, Raganath has yards for the first down for the Eagles, and his helmet, another helmet
right
comes flying
side.
off from a
Gain of
lineman
8.
for
First
Burke
down,
Catholic.
Eagles.
Austin Kometz lost his helmet there. And they continue,
Tackled
Tommy,
by
to
Ross
run
and
that
DeMarco.
play.
Well, that guy's got to come out now for a play.
Yes, he does.
So that's Kemetz who came out.
First down,
77. He
Eagles
was
from the
injured early
Raider.
on.
42.
A gain of 7 and a first down for the Eagles. As they're going to try, Tommy, with a minute left before halftime to get this game even going to the locker room. Handoff goes to Giordano. Tons of room to the far side. 40, 35, and out of bounds, stopping
Giordano
the clock.
left side.
Shy of the first down, but the important move there by Giordano, the senior captain, heady move.
Pushed out
to
by
get out of
Ross.
bounds and stop that clock.
Gain of about 8.
Big shout outs too.
Second
Good
and
listeners
2.
out there. Our good friend Stephanie Murphy and all her friends. Thank you for listening. And how about this one? Welcome home, Mandy from Mississippi. Mandy, back in town.
Oh, wow.
How about that?
That's awesome.
Probably came home just for the game.
Likely. They'll move the ball to the Port 36-yard line, a gain of 6 for Giordano, and a 2nd and 4 facing the Eagles. 55 seconds to go in the Tom's Auto second quarter. 20-14 Port movement on the line. They will be flags. There will be flags as the Eagles will be called for a false start
Call
here.
for a hold too, as Figueroa
Right on
got
the
tackled
Eagles,
on that
false
play,
start.
but after the procedure from
5-yard
Burke.
penalty.
It's the
Second
second
and
penalty against Burke tonight.
Yeah, that's a huge penalty for Burke. Shows a little bit of momentum there. Gives Port a chance to get a breath on defense. Second down for Burke. Ball now at the Port 41.
Yep, 2nd and 9.
Boy, and Brett Fuller and company are chomping at the bit to try to get this ball back, I'm sure.
Yes, they would love another crack at the end zone before halftime. Split out to the near side of the field is Luke Miller. We talked about him before, suffering the collarbone injury earlier, and the Eagles are going to pass. They're going to roll to the right looking for Raganath, and it is incomplete over his head.
I think that's the second or third pass of the night.
Yeah, not many.
Carter
And
incomplete
the one was kind of a
to
desperation.
Raganath.
I think that was the
Third and 9.
second attempt all night. Was there one early in the game that I missed? There was a 0. Yeah, that's
No,
the
one
third
that-
because there was the first one went for nothing.
Yep, that-
Second one was incomplete. Third one's incomplete. It's third down now facing the Eagles. 48 seconds to go before halftime.
But for all that's said and done, Burke is well within the realm of this game, trailing Port Jervis 20-14, 48 seconds here left in this first half. And boy, Port Jervis, I don't want to be in that locker room at halftime, my friends. No way.
I'll give a shout out to Ian Paget, who just reached out, just tuned in. listening to his Raiders. He is, of course, a Port Jervis High School graduate. Leahy gets the carry and goes nowhere. Another tackle made in the backfield. Ryan Ross
Leahy
this
up
time
the middle.
is wrapping Leahy up.
Tackled by
another
Ross.
timeout is called. This time it's by
No
Port
gain,
Jervis.
4th and
41
9.
seconds before halftime. We're going to keep it here in the booth. Fourth down coming for the Eagles.
That's a huge loss for Burke. No yards on the carry. So it's 4th down. Burke's got to go for it here. I mean, they're not going to punt the ball. I mean, they went for it before on a 4th down. But how about this, Kev? They're bringing out the punt team. So much what I know.
Yeah, well, hey, by the way, we mentioned before the Hendrys. Did you see this? Harrison the Hammer Hendry is already sleeping.
to
So
punt.
this game put him to sleep.
Wolf in the kick.
It's a close game. It's
Cruz
an odd
to
game for
receive.
sure. 41 seconds to go before halftime. And Burke is lined up at the Port 41-yard line to kick it back to the Raiders.
Watch the fake. Watch the fake. Watch the fake.
Yep, this is Wolf set to kick it away for Burke. Long snap. And he does get the kickoff. Getting a bit of a hand on it was Sorelli. Not enough to really do much with it. It goes out of bounds
Wolf.
inside
Good
the
punt
Port
by
10-yard
Wolf.
line. That's a great punt
Inside
by Wolf.
the
Here's the
10-yard
thing,
line.
Kevin. 33
Raiders
seconds
1st and
left.
10
Port Jervis isn't going to sit on
from the
this.
6.
No, they're not.
Their last drive was what? It was a few yards, wasn't it, Kev?
97.
Yeah, okay. So that's within the realm of this Port offense. So I don't expect them to take a knee here.
Well, they only have one timeout left. 33 seconds to go before the break, and they're going to set the ball up at about the 7. I'll call it the 8-yard line.
All right, 8-yard line, Kev.
Long way to go.
On that.
Long
Port's
way to go
huddling
for the
up.
Raiders.
Homecoming festivities will start immediately at the end of the second quarter or the beginning of halftime.
Got some Port Jervis legends in the crowd tonight for sure. Is that Danny Klotz down there?
It is.
West Point cadet.
Fuller will work out of the shotgun here. First down Raiders from their own 8-yard line. Right to left they go up by 6. Fuller steps up into the pocket. Now he's hit and sacked. Ball's loose.
And he fumbled.
And the
Fuller
Raiders
sack, fumble.
got it back
Recovered by
inside the
Raiders.
5-yard line. And the clock is rolling here. I think the Raiders are probably going to take this to the break.
They should. That was
Yeah.
a terrible. I mean, oh,
Sacked by Williams.
Quite an underwhelming final play of the first half.
Clock
But what's
winding down
important
to end the
is
half.
that the Raiders go to the
Raiders
break
20.
in front, 20-14.
And
And we
Burke.
will send it back to the studio for a quick break. When we
14.
come back, we'll bring you some of the festivities.
Homecoming start
here at
immediately.
Glenette Field with the Raiders in front by 6. You're listening to Port Jervis High School football live on WDLC, presented by ADAC. How many?
no. Fan ugliest.
Yeah, are we ahead? Are we behind? Where are we on the log? Okay, so how many spots are in this break? 4? Okay, so we'll let this one go.
But he didn't get in the end zone. No, that was awesome. Awesome catch.
All right.
What do you got, Kev?
I was going to put this on the homecoming
I got
stuff.
Molly here,
Okay.
so we got plenty of time, right?
What do you mean?
To do, what do you want to do? You want
I'm going to carry his homecoming stuff live.
Okay. And then
we'll
when you're
bring,
done with
and then
that,
we'll bring Molly on. Yep.
okay, Molly, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the homecoming court. Then when they're done, then we're going to interview you, okay? So that's going to give me time to do the stats.
Yes, it does.
Mr. Halpenny, Molly Koenig,
How are you, Molly? Nice to meet you.
Mr. Brabenik, Molly Koenig. Look at this guy. How's everything going? Contraband, I love it.
What's up, Mr. Klotz? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good.
It is now time to begin the homecoming festivities. They will walk to midfield and then towards the bleachers. We will start with the Queens. Mia Elston. Mia is on the golf and tennis teams, member of both the National Honor Society and French National Honor Society. Has been secretary of the class for 2022 throughout her 4 years of high school. Works at Camp Deer Park in her spare time, enjoys reading, baking, hanging out with friends. Next year, Mia plans on attending a liberal arts college to major in hospitality management and journalism. To Mia, Port Pride means treating all in our community with kindness and respect. She is escorted this evening by her parents, Darren and Jennifer Elston, and her sister, Julia. Mia Elston. Rachel Fuller. Runs cross country, senior class parliamentarian, secretary of the National Honor Society. She's a member of band and chorus, Interact Club, SAD, Youth and Government, and Science Olympiad. Rachel is employed at Ben's Fresh and is an active participant in her church community. Next year, she plans to attend college to study biomedical engineering. To Rachel, Port Pride means supporting each other and being an active member in the community. She's being escorted tonight by her parents, John and Holly Fuller, her brother Johnny, and her aunt Kathy Semarelli. Rachel Fuller. Kelly Gruz, captain of the varsity volleyball team, parliamentarian of the National Honor Society. She is also a member of the Youth and Government and Athletes Helping Athletes. Next year, Kelly plans on attending SUNY Cortland to study early childhood education. When asked what Port Pride means to her, Kelly said that Port Pride represents the unification and spirit of our community as a whole. Kelly is being escorted by her parents, MJ and Dan Gruz, and her brother, Justin. Kelly Gruz. Sarah Van Horn, member of the National Honor Society, works with Bill and Vicki Harris's catering Chef on the Run. She loves spending a lot of time with her family and enjoys reading romance novels in her spare time. Sarah aspires to attend Utica College and major in nursing to one day become a nurse practitioner. To Sarah, Port Pride means the importance of being involved in her community and school and always showing Raider spirit. She's being escorted this evening by her parents, Luke and Charlene Van Horn, her sisters, Alicia, Elizabeth, and Tiffany. Sarah Van Horn. Aaron Witkowski. Aaron is a member of the National Honor Society and SAD. She runs cross country, plays volleyball, loves to read, paint, and go hiking in her free time when she's not working at Ben's Fresh. Upon graduation, Aaron plans to study biology in a pre-med track with aspirations of becoming a pediatric oncologist in the future. To Aaron, Port Pride is embracing where you come from and giving back to the community that helped create who you are. She's being escorted this evening by her parents, Andrew and Kimberly Witkowski, her sister Victoria, and brother Alex. Aaron Witkowski. On to the Kings. Geffen Coffin. Geffen is captain of the varsity football team and a 3-year varsity basketball player. His hobbies include helping his younger brother, Xavier, a.k.a. Booga, with sports and working at his part-time job at Kittatinny Canoe. Geffen plans on furthering his education to pursue a career either in the medical or teaching field. When asked what Port Pride means to him, Geffen says it means working together and having loyalty to others. It's what he's learned from one of 9 children. Geffen is being escorted this evening by his parents, Tega Shern and Dion Coffin, his brother, Xavier, a.k.a. Booga. Geffen Coffin. The one on the list. Nate Chambers. Proud member of the varsity football team and works as a supervisor at Kittatinny Canoe, delivers pizza for Mohican Inn. Enjoys working outdoors and being in nature and preserving local history. After high school, Nate plans to attend college to major in business or counseling, but he's always in search of the best opportunities that present potential for his future. To Nate, Port Pride means to work hard, respect others, and pursue your dreams in merriment. Nate is being escorted by his mother, Nicola, brother Malik, and sisters Layla and Allison. Nate Chambers. Nicholas Sorelli. Captain of the football team, plays varsity golf, and is vice president of the National Honor Society, member of Athletes Helping Athletes, varsity club, and youth in government. Spare time, Nick likes to snowmobile, hunt, fish, and hang out with friends. After high school, Nick plans to attend college to study engineering. To Nick, Fort Pride means being an active member of the community, escorted tonight by his parents, Raymond and Lisa Sorelli, his brother Josh, and his sister Grace. Nick Sorelli. Daniel Corcoran. Been the class of 2022 treasurer for the past 3 years, is a member of the National Honor Society, Youth in Government, Foreign Language Club, Varsity Club, and Fishing Club. Plays varsity soccer, indoor track, and baseball. Outside of school, he works for his father as a mason's apprentice, volunteers a lot of time at the Port Jervis Little League. Altar server at St. Joseph's Church, loves to hunt, fish, and ski, and hang out with friends. After high school, Daniel plans on attending college to study civil engineering and play some baseball. When asked what Port Pride means to him, Daniel says it's when we as a community have each other's backs and push each other to strive to be better. Tonight he is escorted by his parents Dan and Jean Corcoran and his brother Cole. Daniel Corcoran. Brett Fuller. Brett is captain of the varsity football team, president of the varsity club, member of both the National Honor Society and French Honor Society. Works at the Mohican Inn delivering pizza, and in his spare time he likes to hang out with his friends. Next year, Brett will be attending Utica College, where he will major in physical education and continue playing football at the next level. Brett says that Port Pride is representing my community and school as best I can and making everyone proud. He's being escorted this evening by his parents Tony and Tricia Fuller and his brother Shane. Brett Fuller. Michael Malzahn. Proud member of the varsity football team, basketball team, and golf team. He's a member of the French National Honor Society and likes to hunt, fish, and hang with his family. After high school, Michael plans to attend college, where he will major in communications in sports and broadcasting. Port Pride to Michael is plain and simple. Respect yourself and others. Tonight, Michael is being escorted by his father, John Malzahn, and his stepmom, Carrie. Michael Malzahn. Crowning our court tonight, our senior class officers, President Aaron Batesel, Vice President Josephine Amato, and Social Chairman Ashley Russell. Port Jervis's 2021-2022 homecoming queen is Mia Amelia Elston. Port Jervis's 2021-2022 homecoming king is Geffen Coffin.
All right, they're taking pictures right now. Geffen Cawthon and Mia Elston, your homecoming king and queen.
Let's have one more round of applause for all of our members of the homecoming court. Queen Amelia, Mia Elston, and the king Geffen Cawthon.
That was Brian Rollman on the public address. We're going to take a quick break, send it back to the studio. When we get back, Molly Cohn,
tonight's
Molly Koenig will
drivers who
join
have
Tom
donated their
Fagione
time
here.
and their
20 to
vehicles.
14 Port in
Have a
front at
nice
the break
round of
here. You're
applause
listening
for
to live
Tom
coverage of Port Jervis
Sexton.
High School
He'll
football
be in the silver
on
2011
WDLC, presented
Chevy
by
Camaro
ADAC.
SS. Eugene in his yellow 69 Camaro. Frank in his burgundy Black Widow pickup. Harold Butler in his black 2007 Special Edition Breast Cancer Awareness Mustang. And Mayor Kelly Decker in his yellow Jeep. The entire court will proceed around the track. Queen gets first crack at whatever car she chooses. After the court does their lap, the cheerleaders will be performing at midfield.
Halftime here at Gwinnett Field with Port Jervis ahead of Burke 20 to 14. It's halftime. It's homecoming. The homecoming court is lined up on Gwinnett Field on sports cars and Jeeps and pick-em-up trucks, all having a lot of fun. We're having fun here. We are very lucky to have a special halftime guest here for our homecoming halftime. Joining us is Molly Koenig, Port Jervis High School. Molly, how are you, young lady?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Now, we have to do a full disclaimer or Kevin Halpin will get on me. You are related to me. You're my niece.
Just a little. Yeah.
Just a little. But Molly, not only are you my niece, but you're very much involved here in Port Jervis in terms of school. Talk a little bit about what you're doing right now in Port Jervis High School. You know, you're not playing football, so what are you doing?
Right now I'm playing varsity volleyball for school, and I'm also part of the student council.
We'll get to that in a second. But let's talk. So, football, Friday nights. Let's talk a little bit about volleyball. How's the season going?
It's doing well. We're improving.
Every week you're improving and working hard. Talk a little bit about the positions. Is there anything about volleyball that you like more than other positions, or is it offense? Is it defense? What's your specialty?
I like defense a lot more. I like making dives, making really good plays, and saving the game.
So making dives and saving the plays and making the big plays. That's volleyball. You also do that in the springtime too, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You play a little bit of softball here in Port Jervis? What position you play in softball?
I play third base.
So you play third base. Kevin Halpenny's daughter, she is currently at a softball tournament. I think he said she has 37 games tonight. I believe she's playing 2 doubleheaders in a row. But no, she did play third base. So any tips you could give to a young up-and-coming star?
Work hard, make sure good teamwork, and be prepared.
There you go. It sounds like you know what you're talking about there. Now, you've played in those tournaments. You've played back-to-back games. What's that like as a young player playing sports like that? Is it tough? Is it fun?
It is a little tough sometimes, but it's a lot of fun, and you just grow to love it.
Now, we talk about fun. This week, there was a lot of fun at school. It was homecoming week. It was Spirit Week. Talk a little bit about Spirit Week at the high school.
It was good. We all dressed up. We all had fun. We had games after school, events. We tried to beat each other's classes. Yeah.
Now, you're a junior. How did junior class do in the Spirit Week?
We ended up getting second, but we worked hard. We had fun,
Well, that's all that matters. And the pep rally was a little different this year.
Yes, it was on Chase Field, so we were all on the bleachers. It was all exciting.
And the weather was nice today for that.
Thankfully, yes.
So we know the juniors finished second, so we take a drum roll. Was it the sophomores or the freshmen? Who won the whole Spirit Week?
It was seniors. Yeah,
All right, well, next year you'll be a senior, and you guys will maybe vie for that championship, correct?
hoping for that.
All right, so we talked a little bit about sports. We're halftime here at Gwinnett Field. The homecoming court is still being driven around the field. It's 20-14 Port Jervis in the locker room right now. Molly, we talked about you playing volleyball. We talked to you about playing softball. But I was watching the school board meeting the other night, and it was very exciting. Very exciting. And then out of nowhere, I see a bunch of young people come up, and they're on the microphone. And who do I see? I see Molly Koenig on the microphone. So, talk a little bit about the school board and the role you have in Port Jervis school board business.
This year, I actually became the student board rep for the junior class. So now, every board meeting, I will be speaking about what every school is doing and their upcoming events.
Is that hard to prepare for?
A little bit. This year, this first one I had to ride solo because my partner couldn't make it. So it was a little nerve-wracking, but I think as it goes
Focus now on
along,
the
I'll
cheerleaders.
improve.
We're going to do a
And it's
halftime
interesting
at
because,
midfield.
the school board members, they're all members of the community, and they come to those meetings to talk about, like, the business of school. But sometimes they may not know about what's actually going on in the school.
Yeah.
So that's your role?
Mm-hmm.
And what did you talk about in the last school board meeting?
I talked about Spirit Week and the pep rally, this game right now. Some just upcoming events, picture day, everything.
Now, did anybody ask any questions?
Nope.
But you're always willing to answer, right?
Of course.
So that must have been an exciting opportunity. Now, how did you become that role?
Many of the teachers think I'm a well student, I'm a good student. They all know I'm very involved, and they were like, Molly, I think you'll be good at this.
Well, you're pretty good on this microphone. Kevin, what do you think? Maybe Molly just does the second half for me. I can maybe go to the concession stand and hang out the rest of the night? Kevin says that'll work. So, Molly, you know a lot about sports. You do volleyball and you do softball. You've been watching this game tonight. Tell me about this game in your perspective. What's Port Jervis been doing right, and what have they been doing wrong?
I'm not sure. It's been up and down. It's been going back and forth, so.
Well, how about this? If this were a softball game, and say you're in, there's no halftime in softball, but in, say, the fourth inning, what would the coaches say to you guys about, this is a team, Burke, that they came onto the field, and you look at them, there's like 13 guys on the field, and Port Jervis has 40-something guys on the sidelines, so you're thinking that you're really going to take it to them. But Port Jervis has been flat. If you were the coach, what would you say to the guys to get them motivated for the second half?
I know you expected less of them, but even if they are, you got to work harder.
Oh, Kevin, I mean, come on. I do the keys to the game. From now on, I'm going to reach out to Molly, and she's going to give me the keys to the game as we get set here for the second half. Molly, last but not least, you're in your junior year. We talk to the players, especially the seniors. What are your aspirations in the future as you look ahead to your post-high school career?
I want to do this. I want to do this for sports broadcasting for baseball or softball.
Kevin Halpenny is accepting resumes as we speak, and we might be using you before you know it. But before we let you go, Kevin always asks our players in the player interviews, so we're going to ask you. You're a varsity volleyball player. You're a varsity softball player. You wear the uniform in the spring and in the fall. What does it mean to you to wear that uniform and to represent this school?
It means a lot. It means my pride for the school, for the people. I don't know.
Well, I think you said it best, and it's that pride word. And when we talk to the football players, that word is said amongst almost all of them. And you have a lot of pride. You got a lot of spunk. And you're not afraid to get on the microphone with us, so we might be using you a little bit more down maybe in the postseason. And who knows, if the Raiders continue on their success and maybe we go to the state championship in Syracuse, maybe you'll come.
Hopefully.
Well, Molly Koenig, I want to thank you, my niece. You're great. I love you. There's 2 minutes here left in halftime, so what we're going to do is we're going to send it back to the studio for some more commercial breaks, and we want to thank our sponsors who have helped make this broadcast happen. But before we let you go, Molly, thank you so much, and you do have a great opportunity in the future to be a great broadcaster, not only here, but wherever it takes you. And I want to thank you for being our guest.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. We're going to send it back to the studio. You're listening to Raider Football on WDLC, presented by ADAC.
Great job, ladies.
To 14, Fort Jervis leads Burke Catholic, and halftime has come to an end. Congratulations again to our homecoming queen, Mia Elston, and the homecoming king, Geffen Cawthon. And thanks to your niece, Molly, for joining us at halftime. That was a great interview, Tommy. Thanks for setting that up. Real quick look at our Withrow Law out-of-town scoreboard here. Washingtonville leads Valley Central 14-7 at the half. Same score, Cornwall leading Menacing Valley. Raiders lead Burke 20-14 here. Kind of a strange first half, but hey, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters, Tommy, is you finish with 1 point more than your opponent when it comes to wins and losses and positioning yourself for the postseason, which is what the Raiders are really focused on now. And as we take a look, the Raiders will kick it away to Burke to start the second half. Tommy, let's take a look at our Bavoso and Plotsky keys to the second half.
Molly had them all right there, didn't she?
She nailed it.
Well, I think, Kevin, there's no mistake right here. Port's defense getting chewed up on the inside by that misdirection run and then the gut run up the middle by Burke. So they need to tighten things up in the tackle box, and that's what Burke wants. They really want Port Jervis to get things tight in that tackle box, because then they're going to try to cut it outside. But I think Port's size and strength is going to lead them in the second half. And number two, man, you got to focus. Just focus on execution. And last but not least, you got to go out and do the work. The work needs to get done. And so far tonight, it's kind of been done, just a little bit.
Speaking of work, Tommy did some work compiling some stats for us during halftime. We'll bring those to you when we get a chance. But first, Nick Sorelli has the ball teed up at the Port 40-yard line, and Port Jervis will kick the ball away left to right here to get the second half underway. He boots it away. It's an end-over-end kick that will be fielded at about the 14-yard line. Across the 25 to the 30 goes the return man, and then he runs into a brick wall at the 34-yard line.
34-yard line.
It is a Jeremy Raganath with the return for the Eagles.
By Sorelli and
So Sorelli kicks it away, and then Sorelli brings down the return man. 1st and 10 Eagles.
And then he goes 34. Back and he gets 33. The tee from the kickoff as well. The kid is never off the field.
No, he's not. So Brett Fuller, 13 of 16 for 164 yards and a touchdown in the first half. And Geffen Cawthon, 132 yards in the first half alone on 16 carries and a touchdown. Handoff goes to Leahy, and he finds a big hole off the left tackle across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. That'll be plenty for the first down.
Ross with the shoestring tackle on Leahy, and there's that gut run up the middle, and Port Jervis just on backpedaling on that play. Ball being marked at the 45-yard line. First down quick for Burke here to start the second half. Oof.
11-yard pickup for Leahy. First down, Burke at their own 45. Right to left they go. Our third quarter presented by Masters Pest Control. Again, that bunch formation with some misdirection. They'll give it to Raganath. He tries to stretch it out to the right, and he loses 2 yards.
Yeah, that's not what Burke wants to do there. That play is slow off the end,
Raganath,
and that's
right
all that
side.
Port Jervis defense needs is that little
Ball's on
delay.
his own, loss
And
of
that
1,
Port defense, there's
2nd
8
and
men in that
11.
tackle box. They converged on the ball carrier. Raganath taken down for the loss.
There's going to be a loss of 1, and it's a 2nd and 11 for Burke. We'll put it at their 44.
But 34 is the go-to guy. Keep an eye on him. And 13 on the other wing.
Oh, the dude came into the game with almost 800 yards on the season, and he's going to get the carry, go right up the gut, and drag a tackler or two with him across the
Ivy up the
45
middle, tackled by
to about the
Sorelli.
47 or 48-yard
He's
line.
already
Boy,
down.
fired up is Figueroa.
Well, that's the
And
matchup. Figueroa,
7
he's pumped up
From
there.
the Eagle.
He wanted that
40.
ball stopped at the line of scrimmage. But Leahy just finds his way forward. Third down now. Big third down for Burke.
It is 3rd and 7 for the Eagles from their own 48-yard line. What do you think, Tommy? Does that look? It's like right between the 47 and
It's
48.
a very large 2-yard carry, we'll call that.
10:26 to go. Clock rolling here in the third quarter. 20-14 Port. Eagles with the football, working right to left. And out of the shotgun goes Carter. He'll take the snap. He'll give it to Leahy. Leahy runs to the right, gets past the first tackler, turns upfield, gets inside of Raider
Leahy
territory,
right
but I
side,
think he's going to be
pushed out of
shy
bounds.
of the first down. He was able to turn the corner and get inside Raider territory to about the 47 or
Pushed out by
48-yard
Rushman.
line.
Well, speaking of shy, Burke
Looks
was
to be
not
about
shy to go
4th
for it
and
on
2.
4th downs in the first
On the
half,
Raider
and I don't
47.
expect them to punt here as well.
It's going to be 4th and a long 2 from the Port 47-yard line.
Yeah, if you're Burke, this is go for it here. They haven't punted tonight. Right, Kev? No punts for Burke.
Yeah,
No,
they had one
They
punt.
won. They had that short punt.
Yep.
With
They
the
went
short
for it on
formation.
4th down early.
Tell
Then
you
they
what, though,
punted
they're
it.
going to have to hurry up out of this huddle. They're taking their time.
They are. 20-14 Port leads 9.5 to go
They
third
only
quarter.
and they need less than 5 for a first down. Port defense has to be smart on the cadence call.
And again, they'll go with that wing formation on 4th and 2. Carter under center. Moving on the line, and a flag will come out, and I think this is going to go against Burke. It is. It's a
Absolutely.
procedure
Start on
penalty
Burke,
against the
5-yard
Eagles. That's a
penalty.
tough one for Burke.
Backs it up.
And that's going to take the ball across the
Gonna be
halfway
a
mark.
Correct.
And
4th
now
and
Burke
7.
has to punt, no doubt about it.
5-yard loss. Back to the 48 and a 4th and 7. And as Tommy mentioned, it's time to kick it away for the Eagles. Boy, what a momentum turn on a flag there, huh?
Well, you know what? You're trying to draw the defense off, and it's yourself that went offsides. So for Burke now, Wolf
Burke
back
to
to punt
punt.
for them. And you know Cruz is hungry to get this ball and get Port in some great field position.
Indeed he is. Wolf boots it away. It's a wobbling kick to the far sideline. Port's going to let Burke down this one. It stays in bounds all the way down to the
Good punt by
15
Wolf. Goes out.
of Port.
Down
A
at the
huge
15-yard
punt again.
line.
The
First
second
and 10
time
Raiders
that
from their
Wolf
own
has got a ton of
15.
leg on a kick. And with 8:33 to go in the Masters Pest Control third quarter, it's still 20-14 in favor of Port Jervis, and the Raiders have the ball back.
Boy, and the bounce is just not going Port's way. That punt looked like it was going to squib out of bounds, but it kept rolling back towards the middle of the field. And as you mentioned, Kevin, that ball is at the 15. They're going to mark that at the 14-yard line, Kevin. Oh, man.
A lot of extra leg on that kick. First down, Raiders.
Look where the ball is and the yard marker. They're a yard off.
They are. All right, well, we'll see what the Raiders can do with their first offensive possession of the second half. They'll go left to right here in the third quarter in front by 6, 20-14. Fuller out of the shotgun, going to swing it to Calvin Cruz in the near flat. He's across the 15, stutter steps to the 20, 25 to the 30. On the near sideline, he goes out of bounds with a Raider first down. Great gain on
Gain of
first
about
down for Port
22.
Jervis.
Now, the one thing
and
I
10
like about that
Raiders.
play, not just the first down, not
From
just the
their
catch,
own
not just the run.
35.
Good blocks downfield on that play. A nice block by Jacob Balmas on the outside to spring Cruz for the big first down.
And Tommy, you had Fuller for 164 yards passing in the first half. That puts him at 185. He's 4 yards away from moving up on the Section 9 all-time passing yardage leader list. And he's going to hand this one off to Cawthon on first down. And Cawthon will try to tiptoe his way through the towers along the
Cawthon up
line.
the middle.
Doesn't get much, if anything.
Tackled by Leahy.
So we'll bring up a second down for Port.
And
You mentioned
Benzinger,
Brett
no
Fuller
gain,
and the
2nd and
yards
10.
and the stats. You know, his first half performance put him over 1,000 yards this year in passing. That's 3 consecutive seasons that the quarterback has thrown for 1,000 yards. And remember, last season was only 6 games.
pretty incredible. No gain for Coughlin on first down, 2nd and 10 coming for the Raiders here from their own 35-yard line. And they'll snap it from the near side hash mark. 7:45 to go on a running clock here in the third quarter. Fuller out of the shotgun, claps for it. He fakes a handoff to nobody and then gets it to Jacob Balmos at the 35-yard line. A perplexing development on that play. Are they going to give Balmos a yard?
One, tackled by
They will give him a yard to the 36. It's 3rd down and long there.
And
Fuller
Wood,
holds out the ball like
and
he's play faking it, and there's nobody there to play fake it to.
And hence the play goes for 1 yard on the reception. The linebackers are like, I got no one to cover the backfield. I'm going to go get Balmus.
You know what, Tommy? I don't think they really moved the ball a yard forward. That ball is sitting with the back end touching the 35. It's 3rd and 10 for the Raiders.
Lackadaisical again. Walking from the huddle. No sense of opportunity here. Port's got to put the gas pedal down.
Fuller out of the shotgun again. He's going to swing it to Calvin Cruz in motion to the 35 to the 40. Cruz to the 45, first down Raiders.
The guy's a first down machine.
Gain of 11, first
really
down
is,
Raiders.
He is having a spectacular
Pushed
junior
out by
season.
Campito.
Came up in the Section 9 championship
Gives the
game
Raiders
as a
a first
freshman
down
in 2019.
At their own
All he did was
46.
come up with a game-saving 4th down catch. Had a huge year last year.
Just a reminder, next
and now
week,
he is
Parents' Night,
starring
Senior Night.
as one
Back
of the
here on
primary
Friday
targets
night
for
is
Fuller
home
as a
game,
junior.
final
So they're going to
regular
move the ball to the
season home game of the
47.
year.
That's a gain of 11 and a first down for the Raiders. Second on this drive, 16th tonight for poor Jervis. And from the far side hash mark, they will snap it. Fuller out of the shotgun again. He'll give it to Coughlin again. Goes right. Coughlin has a hole. Spins out of the tackle of Leahy and gets about 2 yards on
right
the carry.
Side, gain of
Kind
about
of tried
3.
to duck out of that big outstretched
2nd
arm of
and
Leahy.
7.
Using his size
Also
to his
a reminder,
advantage there is Geffen Coughlin.
I
2nd
gotta
and 8.
tell you.
Playoffs, semifinal, first
Coughlin just
weekend in
knows
November will be home.
How to get
November
at least
5th
a
or
yard.
November
That time he
6th.
got, almost
But it will be a home
two on the
game.
carry. Very rarely is he taken. If he's taken for a loss, it's usually that pitch in the backfield that they've converged on him. But inside the tackle box, he's finding a way to get a yard.
6:18 to go. Clock rolls third quarter, 20-14 Port. Raiders facing a 2nd and 8 from their own 49-yard line. Fuller takes the snap over his right shoulder, pumps, now steps up, and now he's going to run. He's at midfield, and he'll be stopped there. He might have got the 49
Fuller
of Burke.
up the middle.
Small gain for
Tackled
Port
by
and
Williams.
Fuller on 2nd down.
Well, that's
And
one of
Rockwall,
it's one of the inherent
no
flaws of a
gain,
gunslinger
3rd and
is when he
7.
steps up into the pocket, he's still thinking pass. He puts that ball down and he just barrels his way forward. He can get 8 more yards on the carry, but he's still looking at that pass, and that defense, that's that little bit of pause that gives the defense the time to get him.
Yeah, especially a quarterback like Fuller who has the size and the strength to pick up yardage. It's 3rd and 7 facing your Raiders from the midfield stripe. 5.5 to play in the third quarter. 20-14 Raiders in front by just 6 over the 2 and 3 Burke Catholic Eagles. Fuller takes the snap at the helmet high. He pump fakes, shoulder fakes, throws deep to Balmos, wide open. 20, 15, 10. Touchdown Raiders! A 50-yard touchdown pass from Brett Fuller to Jacob Balmos, and it's 26-14 Port.
53-yard bomb.
50
Gives the
touchdowns
Raiders
for Brett
26
Fuller
to 14.
as a Port Jervis quarterback.
You got to see effortless. What a pump fake. I jumped off the end of my seat, too, on that fake as the linebackers and corners all bid on that, and it was one-on-one Balmos wide open down the sideline. Feather pass from the 50th touchdown pass.
50th touchdown total. I think 44 passing and 6 rushing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Pretty
How
good.
about
Pretty
that?
good quarterback.
Early to kick.
5:18 to go, and now on for the extra point is Nick Sorelli. He'll kick out of the hold again of Ivan Figueroa. So the Raiders look to extend their lead to 13 points.
Kick
This
is up.
kick is up and through the uprights. Good.
And it's good.
27-14. Port leads
27-14.
Burke. We're back in
Raiders.
30 seconds with more
5:18
Raider
to
football
go
on
in the third
WDLC,
quarter.
presented by ADAC. (27-14). Port Jervis has extended their lead to 13 points over Burke Catholic with 5:18 to play in the Masters Pest Control third quarter. Nick Sorelli sends a low line drive kick after the score. It bounces off the return man. It's inside the 5-yard line. Raganath picks it up. He's hit, and then he's still going, and now he's going to be brought down at about the 10-yard line.
Quickly.
A mistake there by Raganath, and the Eagles are going to be buried deep here in this third quarter.
Well, here you
Give
go.
a shout out to our
Jervis,
JV cheerleaders
pretty
tonight,
touchdown
led by
pass.
Ms.
Now you're
Phillips,
pulling
Carly
ahead
Acevedo,
27-14.
Jackson Brunel, Alexis
Raganath
Clark,
just
Jocelyn
ball hit him
Decker,
right in the
Rachel
helmet.
Eddy,
Bad move on his
Ashley
part.
Emerson, Annabella
Burke's very
F.,
deep.
Jeanette
Well,
Fountain,
luckily they got to the
Crystal
10.
Irizarry, Cora
And if you're
Mason,
Port Jervis,
Faith
you want to put
McLaughlin,
the hammer down now
Mackenzie Moore,
defensively.
Zaria Rosario, and Daisha
5:11 to play
White,
third quarter.
your JV cheerleaders.
Shout out Mike Rydell, the superintendent of schools here at Port
Let me
Jervis.
tell you, they don't do it better than PJ. Come on now.
Not even close. First down, Burke. Handoff, Leahy. Big hole on the right side. He gets through 30. Goes to the 35, 40, 45, and he's brought down there on the far sideline by Geffen Cawthon. Boy, the size differential
right
there,
side
and
for
for
a
Cawthon to be
gain of
able to
about
track him down
25.
and bring him down. Pretty impressive effort there by Cawthon, but a huge
Cawthon.
gain by Leahy.
How about this?
On the tackle.
He, too, is just a junior.
Yeah, well, you remember he
Eagles
played and
first and
started as
10
a freshman
at
when
their own
Port played
41.
Burke in the semifinals of the Section 9 Class B playoffs in 2019. A 31-yard carry and a first down for Burke at their own 41-yard line. They break the huddle, and they're over the football on the far side hash mark. 5:03 to go. Clock stopping because he went out of bounds. And under center goes Carter. Leahy behind him. Now Raganath in motion. They'll try some trickery. Giordano off left tackle. Has a hole, gets brought down at
Giordano
about the
up the middle.
47-yard line. A big tackle made there by Ryan Ross,
Gain of
who's having a
about
heck of a night there out of the
tackled by
linebacker.
So
Ross,
this is the offense you
second
have to run
and
when
2.
you don't have the guns and when you don't have the depth. That misdirection, you know, these linemen don't have to blow out the line of scrimmage. They have to hold their block for just a moment. That quick little inside run or that trap, 2 big plays in the first half were 2 trap plays. So for Port Jervis, that defense, you got to be a head on a swivel. You got to fight off your block, and you always got to look for the ball carrier. Could be coming from your left, coming from your right, or it's up the middle with Leahy.
Burke at their own 49, facing a 2nd and 2. Carter under center. Raganath in motion. Leahy gets the carry up the gut. He goes, and he'll get the first down and a bunch
Leahy
more
up the middle
inside
for
the
about
Port
4.
Jervis
First
45-yard
down
line.
Eagles,
I mentioned
tackled
that
by
on that play.
Sorelli.
Kenny Bell, 65.
And DeMarco
Just pancake
into Raider
block
territory. First and
off the
10
left
Eagles.
side.
Actually, we're going to
On
call
the
it the Port
Raider,
48, so it's a gain
47.
of 3 and a first down for Burke.
Remember, this drive started at Burke's 10-yard line.
It did.
And right now, they're in the Port. Now, Malzahn out for Port Jervis. So Port wants to beef it up a little bit. Malzahn for Russman. And, you know, that's a 100-pound advantage now for the Port defense.
For sure. Hand off Raganath, and right away, the Raiders respond. Was that
Raganath.
Malzahn who brought him down?
Absolutely.
Drop for a
Gets
loss
into the
for
game
3.
and makes a play immediately. Great play by Mike Malzahn, part of the
Tackled
homecoming
by
court here.
Malzahn.
By the way, Witherlaw out of town
Second
scoreboard. Our brothers
and 12.
in broadcasting. They are in Milford tonight, and Delaware Valley leads Williamsport 20-0 after 3 quarters at Warrior Stadium. I want to give a shout out real quick to Jamie McElroy, who's been kind of our monitor on the other side of the broadcast tonight. And it is 27-14. Port Jervis in front of Burke Catholic. And now Carter's going to throw on a play action. He wants Leahy. He floats it out there, and it is incomplete. He was just trying to get rid of it there. As Jaron Rodriguez
Carter
picks it up,
looking for
possible
Leahy.
backwards pass, but no, it's an incomplete
It was a
pass.
Listen, our
Forward
eyes in the
pass.
sky will tell us that was an incomplete pass, not a lateral. So it'll be 3rd down at the 50.
3rd and
How about this?
12.
Big shout-outs all around. Ruth and Jimbo are listening in, and they were very happy on that halftime interview. They said Molly did a great job.
Indeed, she did. Burke facing a 3rd down at the 50-yard line. Clock stops on the incomplete pass. 3:07 to play here in the Masters Pest Control third quarter, and it is 27-14 in favor of Port Jervis. Raiders trying to go to 3-0 in league play, really get a leg up for playoff positioning coming in November. Carter under center on 3rd and long. Going to give it to Giordano, who's going to give it to Raganath. Raganath sweeps to the 45, to the 40, and he has a first down and more inside of the Raider 35-yard line. Boy, Port has been beat
Right
by
side
that double
for
pitch
20.
every time tonight, Tommy.
First down, Eagles
It's
on the Raider
I'm
32.
speechless.
Yeah.
You know that double pitch is coming, and Ragamuth, I'm not going to lie to you, hasn't looked great carrying the
Tackled by
ball.
Ross.
That time he looked like Walker
First and
Payton.
10 Eagles.
19-yard pickup, first down for Burke, their third of the drive. And now they are in business. 2:53 to go, third quarter, 27-14 Port. Burke with the ball going right to left, Carter under center. Giordano in motion, Leahy gets the carry, and Ivan Figueroa brings him down. Figueroa fired up at the line of scrimmage.
5'11", 190-pound
No
sophomore.
gain, second and 10.
That kid is a beast out there. Huge play.
They're going to bring him back to the 31, so that's no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 coming.
That was
for Burke.
Leahy on the carry?
Yeah, it was Leahy.
That's, I think, probably the first run tonight in which he didn't get any yards.
Yeah, you can tell Figueroa has been fighting all night to get the first crack at Leahy. Giordano in motion, gets the carry left. Finds a seam, then gets tripped up, and Nate Chambers wrestles him to the ground.
Giordano left side.
Ross and Montalvo in on the hit as well for the Raiders.
And that's what I like to hear,
Ross.
Kevin. Name after name after name called. The Port defense
Gain of
now
about
starting to step it up a little bit.
third
And
and
Kevin,
7.
those big hits get you fired up on the defense.
From the
They do. A 3-yard pickup to the 28 of Port as we go inside of 2 minutes to play. Raiders in front, 27-14.
We say it all the time. This is a big third down.
Huge third down for this Raider defense, in front by 13. At times tonight getting diced up inside on these misdirection plays, trickery, and late out of the sideline is quarterback Jake Carter getting to the huddle. Eagles are breaking the huddle at about the Port 37-yard line, and now they're over the football in between the hash marks. I should say in between the
No sense of urgency, Kev.
in between the hashes at the 28 of Port Jervis. Carter under center. Going to move Raggett in motion. He's going to give it to Giordano. Giordano in the backfield. He's going to be stopped. It's Chambers again.
Giordano.
Nate Chambers, the senior.
Taken
Ryan
by
Ross
Chambers
finishes
and
it.
Ross.
Chambers starts it, and the Raiders defense is really asserting themselves.
Loss of
And
7,
that's what Port needed. A group effort to
14.
stop that inside trap play. Chambers, awesome on the bottom
A
of
loss
that.
7, Tommy.
Oh, man.
4th and 14 back to the Port 35-yard line.
I tell you what, Burke's got you got a punt here. I mean, it's going to be the last play here of the third quarter. Burke is taking their sweet time in the huddle, and they got Leahy in the backfield. He did that quick punt before.
I don't know,
But
Tommy,
I think they're
because-
going for it, man.
Well,
Go for
this
it
is the 10th play of the drive that's taken the last 5+ minutes. You can't give it away here. You
I
got to
guess.
try to do something. Leahy will be kicked behind Carter, who's going to throw it quickly to Miller on the far side. Miller inside the 20. He stopped short, and they'll turn the Eagles
Carter
over on
to
downs.
Miller.
Oh, the Raiders bent, but they did not break there.
Short of the
as
first
Luke
down.
Miller catches a pass, but doesn't
Turnover
get
on
to
down.
the yard to gain. And with 12
Raiders-
seconds to go in the third
Raiders
quarter,
ball
Port will
at their own
regain
26.
possession.
I tell you
Tackled by
what, Port
Coffin.
Jervis now, 12 seconds left in this third quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 at about their own 26-yard line.
Yep.
I say you go for broke on this play. Play action, pump fake, put the nail, drived it downfield on a big play to end the quarter. You end the quarter on a big play like that, you end the game.
Raiders 1st and 10, left to right they go on what should be the final play of the third quarter with 12.2 seconds to go, and they're at their own 26 and going left to right. Again, should be the last time they go left to right today. They hand it off to Coffin. Coffin bounces to the 35. Geffen still on his feet to the 40, and to the 45 he goes. Geffen Coffin just weaving his way through the
Coffin with a gain,
defense.
20-yard
Incredible
gain.
effort again by 21
Tackled by
for a
Capito and
19-yard
Rockwell.
pickup and a
Puts the
Raider
ball
first
at
down. The clock stops with the moving of
Raider
the chains,
45.
but they are not going to snap it again in the third quarter. We'll send it back to
And
the
that'll
studio
end the
for
third
60-second
quarter
break.
with the
And when we
Raiders
get back, it's the
27
fourth quarter. Port in
and the
front,
Eagles
27-14.
14.
More Raider football coming your way after this on WDLC, presented by the Alcoholism and Drug Abuse Council of Orange County.
Back here next Friday, Red Hook comes to town, senior night, parent night, 7 o'clock. And then the Raiders go on the road, New Paltz, Roundout Valley. And the first week in November is the semifinals of the sectional playoffs. Finals are November 12th at Goshen High School.
All right, we're ready to start the fourth quarter of action. Port Jervis in front 27-14 and looking for more with a first down to their own 45. Fuller looking deep down the field for Calvin Cruz. And did he catch it? It's bobbled. He caught it. He's going to score. Oh, my goodness. What an effort by Calvin Cruz. Oh, holy cow. Rory Farrell tried to defend it. Cruz got his hand on it, bobbled it, got it back, and then walked away into the end zone for a 35-yard touchdown. My goodness, Calvin Cruz is a really, really good wide receiver.
Boy, that ball was slightly underthrown, bounced in the air, and Cruz just, we called him a first down machine, touchdown machine on that play. He was taking it in no matter what.
And he is so reliable back there. Incredible effort there by junior captain Calvin Cruz, and now Nick Sorelli on to try the extra point. Just trying to add up all these first downs for Port tonight. 17 first downs on the night. And how about this? 5 touchdowns tonight for the Raiders. And Sorelli drills the extra point through the uprights. And it is 34-14. We're going to keep it here in the booth.
11:51 remaining in the fourth.
Calvin has made some incredible catches in his career. We mentioned before he started as a freshman, getting that call up from JV for the Section 9 championship game. He said he tripped on his first pattern because he was so nervous. By the end of the game, he comes up with that game-saving fourth down catch. They end up scoring, going ahead, staying ahead, winning the Section 9 title for the first time in 18 years.
It's funny you say that he tripped. I mean, Cruz is two things. He is smooth, and he's polished out there. I mean, he brings it in. He rakes it in.
He does. He catches pretty much everything you throw at him. He's got speed for days, and the concentration there with the defender in his face to be able to juggle it and then re-secure it, and then he just kind of
two things about that.
Into the end zone.
He's behind the corner, so he knows if the ball's thrown out ahead, he can come and go get it. But if it's behind him, he has the advantage of seeing the ball. Here's a squib kick for Port.
Ball's on the ground. It's going to be returned by Burke to about the 35-yard line. It was returned by Jake Mazzy. Quick Bucky's taxi drive summary, a 21-second scoring drive that was composed of 2 plays that covered 74 yards. A 19-yard carry by Kevin Cawthon, a 55-yard touchdown pass from Brett Fuller to Calvin Cruz. Tommy and I will split hairs on the yardage there, but at the end of the day, it's a 74-yard
I made the correction. I made the correction. You know what? And I did it for one of our longtime sponsors, Double Nichols himself, Matt Witherow. 55-yard touchdown. And no, great pass.
Burke takes over at their own 35, going left to right.
Speaking of a great pass.
Here's Leahy on a carry to the 40, to the 45. Oh, all the way to the 45-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Thank you very much. Man, we are getting hooked up tonight.
Tackled by DeMarco.
Dan Corcoran, his night apparently not busy enough as a member of the homecoming court. He's always working. He's also working
Eagles from their own 45.
Making deliveries to the press box. Thanks, Dan. Much appreciated.
What a nice young man. Look at this cat. We got more water. Man, this is nothing like being at home, Kev.
No doubt about that. Next week is the last home game of the season for the Raiders against Red Hook. Then they finish with 2 on the road in the regular season, but they could host a playoff game as Leahy gets the carry on first down, is able to weather the storm of a couple of Raider defenders before he's brought down finally after a short gain.
You mentioned this kid, Leahy. How many yards coming into tonight?
He had nearly 800. He definitely has over 800 now.
Wow.
He had last week, I believe he went for about $157 against New Paltz. Had over 200 against Liberty. He is an absolute beast.
I mean, those are great stats, but also this team, other than his running yards and Giordano, 0. Nothing else. No passing yard. I mean, maybe a couple of yards passing.
Well, this is what they do. You can tell is they go with this, and they're going to go again with that double pitch. And this time, a trio of Raiders come in to take down Ragadeff. He's going to get, he might have got a yard, might have got 2. I think they're going to put him at the 49.
Is that Damian Hunter out there for the Raiders as well, number 30, 5'10", 137-pound cornerback. He's on the tackle for the Raiders. And how about this? Nick Sorelli coming to the sidelines to get a blow. This young man's been on the field just about every play tonight.
Yeah, he certainly has earned this break here. Checking into the game on the offensive, or the defensive line, I should say, is Malzahn.
Well, he made a big play just a little while ago.
3rd and 6, handoff Leahy. lowers the shoulder, but he's well short of the first down. He kind of just lowered his
Leahy up
shoulder
the middle,
into the Raider
tackled by
defensive
Figueroa
line,
and DeMarco.
and he ends up being well short of the first down.
With the Chambers
Gain
and
of about
Figueroa on the bottom of that,
3.
and along with Malzahn as well. Boy, that kid's pumped up. There's a kid, Mike Malzahn, 2 years ago, wasn't playing football.
4th
Got
and
into
2
the gym,
from
made
the
himself
Raider,
focus on
48.
his fitness, and he has become a force, a reliable monster on offense and on defense right now. Tough as nails.
It is Malzahn, Hicks, Startup, and Chambers up front. Now, checking into the game for the Raiders. We'll give you that player in a moment. We have a new player on that defensive line for Port Jervis. Jaden DeMarco is hanging out as a linebacker along with Figueroa. Ryan Ross out there as well. 4th down and about 3 for Burke. They have the ball at the Port 48-yard line. Man in motion across the near side. Haven't seen that much. Out of the shotgun goes Carter. Handoff Leahy. He runs to the right. He tries to move the pile forward. Boy, he's
right
going to be
side.
short.
He
I
is
think he's going to be
short
short.
of the first down.
Figueroa signals the first down the
Raiders
other
stop
way.
him on 4th down.
He needed the Port 45. They have him
Tackled
stopped
by
at the Port
Figueroa.
46.
Turnover
And they
on
say
downs.
first down Raiders.
Ball.
They've turned Burke over on downs
1st
again.
and 10.
And the Raiders will take over with 8:59 to go in the
At
game,
their
up by
own
20
46.
points.
Oh, great defense. Figueroa just with a monster hit there. And he gives away a half a foot and a 50 or 60 pounds to Leahy, but he made the huge tackle for Port Jervis. 1st and 10 Raiders, ball at their own 46, and this offense now is chomping at the bit.
Indeed, they are. Right to left go the Raiders in front, 34-14. Fuller calls for it quickly, gives it to Cawthon. Cawthon dances right, now back up the middle, now to midfield and stop there.
Cawthon up the middle. Gain of 5.
Nice gain on first down. They're going to put it into Burke territory. Yeah, we'll give them the 49 of Burke, a 5-yard pickup for the senior captain and homecoming
Tackled
king,
by
Geffen
Benzinger.
Cawthon.
And now
And
the clock
Peters,
becomes
2nd
something
and
Port
5.
wants in their favor. 8:40, 8:35 remaining here in this game. Port's going to want to keep grinding down that clock and pulling away with a victory.
Fuller throws quickly to Tyler Howard, and Howard is brought down to the 46-yard line, a gain of 3 on the play. 3rd down coming up for the
Fuller to
Raiders.
Howard,
They
tackled
hit
by
quickly.
He had
Garcia.
that big catch in the first half.
Gain of about
Nice to
4.
see that.
3rd and 1.
Should have been a touchdown. He'll get there eventually, Tyler Howard will. I believe he's just a junior too, right?
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, we've talked about this before. We didn't know what to expect from the next wave of Raiders, but these sophomores and juniors who are playing out here tonight, they are looking very strong. The future of Port football is in good hands.
Backup quarterback's a sophomore in Logan Morris.
And the whistles will stop this Port play before it starts.
A delay.
That's right.
Right on the play. False start.
I thought he was
Raiders.
a junior.
Back
False
them
start
up
against the
5.
Raiders. They'll
3rd
lose
and
5.
6.
It'll be a 3rd and 7 now from the Port 49-yard
I
line.
think that's Port's, first penalty?
Of the second half, for sure. They had a ton in the first half. 6 penalties for 70 yards or something in the first half.
Oh, yeah, ugly. And, this homecoming, that halftime's an extra 5 minutes, 20 minutes long. And, a lot of your players are out there and the fanfare and stuff. And sometimes it's hard to get your focus back. But Port Jervis is a little slow in the start of the third quarter. But, boy, they put it together at the end of the third quarter to pull things ahead here.
All right, now from their own 49-yard line, a 3rd and 7 for the Raiders. Cawthon to the left of Fuller. 2 in the slot and 2 out wide. Now DeMarco will move a little bit closer to the near side of the end, or the near sideline. And Fuller looks for him, finds him. He's at the 50. He's hit and brought down.
Fuller to DeMarco.
Is that Carter who
Gain
brought him
about
down, the
3.
quarterback? Nope, check that.
Fourth
Tackled
down.
by Garcia.
Joe Garcia.
As DeMarco, he was in a
4th and
slot,
2.
then a wider slot, wanted a little more separation, but caught the ball, and ball's going to be marked at the 46 of Burke.
And they got the 5 back that they lost in the penalty.
So pick up a 5, but they're still short. 4th down for Port. I think you go for it here for sure. You go for it here and you convert, Kevin, and Burke knows that the numbers are working against them.
We were speculating about the whereabouts of the Wizard before. I just got word that he's been spotted in Eastham, Massachusetts.
You never know where the Wizard will wind up.
No, it's we're very happy to hear that he got some well-deserved time away. Gavin does an incredible amount of work for us in the studio at the radio station. 4th and 2, and the Raiders are going for it. Fuller's going to try to get himself. He will. He spins to the 40 and a first down
Fuller
for Port
left
Jervis.
Side, gain of about
A gain of 6
6.
for Brett Fuller and a
First
first
down
down for the
Raiders
Raiders, and
at the
he's
Eagles.
fired up.
Absolutely.
40-yard
Senior
line.
quarterback moves the ball and the chains. Clock will start as soon as the chains are set. 1st and 10, Port Jervis. Ball at the Burke. Well, Kev, I got to give it officially the 41.
By the way, the residents of the great state of Massachusetts have reached out to tell me that I've mispronounced Eastham. It's Eastham. How dare I?
Man, Kevin.
Spelling doesn't count, but pronunciation does.
Everyone's here to help, right?
That's correct. We're midway through, and then some of the fourth quarter. What do you got, Tommy?
How about Bomas? Could he be any wider right? Well, now he's coming back in a little bit. He was almost on the Burke sideline.
First down for the Raiders at the Burke 40. Handoff Cawthon, runs left, and will be ripped down by Leahy. But Leahy's jersey.
Cawthon left side.
Not white anymore.
He looks like he could be on the Port offense.
No
Port's
gain,
with the black jerseys,
2nd
and Burke with the white jerseys, but Leahy's jersey is covered in dirt.
He's worked hard tonight.
How about that? A healthy mark as Cawthon gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's nice to see. Actually, yeah, you're going to give him the line of scrimmage, so no loss on the play.
They moved it back to the 41. Call it 2nd and 11.
That ball was at the 41, just saying, to start the first down.
Second down for the Raiders, 5:10 to play in the fourth quarter. In front, 34-14 are your Port Jervis Raiders, and they will hand it off to Cawthon. No, it's a play-action pass. Beautiful pass over the middle to Calvin Cruz, and he's brought down at the 24-yard line of Burke. Boy, Fuller sold that one perfectly. I bet completely.
Listen, the run always sets up the pass. Always. And great excution there.
Ball
as Port moves the ball.
25.
Kev, I mentioned in the first half, I want to give a big shout-out to Taylor Miezkuch, sophomore cheerleader. She joined the Orange County Legislature yesterday and opened the meeting, our legislative monthly session, with a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. And I just want to say thank you for coming to Goshen yesterday. A great young lady.
First down for the Raiders at the Burke 24. Fuller issuing some last-second commands to Cawthon, and the receivers to the right side. Claps for it, gives it to Cawthon. Left goes Geffen. He breaks a couple tackles, still going, and it takes 3 or 4 Burke Catholic Eagles to bring him down at about the 21 or 22-yard line. Cawthon continues to impress as the season goes on. Next week, Tommy, the Raiders will play the final game of this 4-game homestand as they welcome the Red Hook Raiders to town on the 15th. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll be on the air with the pregame starting at 6:30, and then they finish the season, the regular season, I should say, with 2 road games. They're at New Paltz on the 22nd at 6:30 p.m., and they're at Rondout Valley on the 29th.
And none of these games are easy, Kev.
Nope.
These are all league games. That's what makes these games so difficult. Middletown, Minnesink, and Cornwall. Tough games for different reason, but these games are the meat and potatoes games.
2nd and 7, Fuller is going to pass. Now he steps up into the pocket. Now he's going to run. He ducks a tackle. Now he moves to the near sideline. Gets past another one to the 15, to the 10-yard line. Tight roping the near sideline and out of bounds for a Raider first down.
Pushed out of bounds by Peters.
Talk about the big guy, the gunslinger, with some elusive moves there.
Very
Geffen Cawthon might have to tip his hat.
13-yard line.
That was so wow.
We're going to give him the 13.
All right, I like that, Kevin.
The first down for Port. This will be the 9th play of this drive after they pick up a 3rd first down. The first one came, by the way, on a 4th down conversion. 3:45 to go. Clock stopping with Fuller going out of bounds. And the Raiders trying to put this thing away. Up 20 points, 34-14. Fuller out of the shotgun. Howard and Cruz to the near side. Cawthon in the backfield. And way out to the far side is Jaden DeMarco. That's where Fuller's looking. He throws over the middle. Wide open in the end zone. Touchdown Raiders.
Touchdown Raiders.
Jaden DeMarco from 13 yards out. His second touchdown catch tonight. And it is 40-14 Port Jervis. Tommy, last year they beat Burke 42-14, and things haven't changed much in the year. Although it wasn't a year ago. It was in the spring.
Miscommunication on the defense by Burke, but DeMarco across the middle. With a beautiful touchdown, and Port just really putting it together right now.
And on to try the extra point is Nick Sorelli. Some last-minute heaving of the tee to Ivan Figueroa, who sprints onto the field now. As the Raiders will try for the extra point to make it a 41-14 game. Sorelli lined up. Figueroa calls for it, puts it down. Sorelli puts it up. And Sorelli is no good on this try. So it remains 40-14 with 3:40 to go in the fourth quarter, and we are back in 30 seconds with more Raider football on WDLC presented by ADAC. 3:40 to play in the ball game, and Port has extended their lead to 40-14 over Burke Catholic. We'll give you the Buc-ee's Taxi drive summary in just a moment. That was a very nice drive for the Raiders, more than 5 minutes in time of possession. In fact, why don't we just tell you right now, 9 plays, 54 yards, 5 minutes and 19 seconds in the time of possession, a 13-yard touchdown pass, a fastball from Fuller to Jaden DeMarco in the back of the end zone. The extra point was no good, and it's 40-14 Port. Raiders on their way to their 4th victory of the season, as this ball is returned by Burke across the 30 to about the 34-yard line.
Left side.
And
Tackled
Port
by
will take over.
Fuller.
Who you got on that ball carrier there, Kev?
I want to say it was Benzinger again.
Sounds
Eagles
good to me.
ball at their own 35.
3:35 remaining in this game, and Port Jervis pulling ahead 40-14. Second half, much prettier for Port Jervis than the first.
Yeah, absolutely. Eagles have the ball at their own 34-yard line. Raiders will welcome the Red Hook Raiders next Friday. And actually, this is only going to be the 3rd one of the season for Port.
Oh, boy.
Carter's going to throw deep. He's got man Luke Miller. Caught it at the Port 40-yard line and brought down to the 35. Tackle made in the open field for Port Jervis by Damian Hunter.
Ball
What a
in
nice
Raiders
pass from
territory,
Carter to
1st
Miller.
and 10
Who
Eagles at the
expected
Raiders.
that? Oh,
Not me.
man.
35.
I got to tell you something. Carter was swarmed by the Port defense, and how he got that ball out underneath those arms of the defensive lineman. Oh, what a crafty play. Huge first down for Burke, and they're not going away quietly.
My goodness, that is a 41-yard pass play. Does that sound right?
Okay.
26 and 25, 51 yards. Now, my math is bad. I'm all out of sorts here. Giordano gets the carry on first down, gets a healthy gain to the 30-yard line. That's a 31-yard
Tackled by
pass
Theodore.
30.
2nd and 5.
And how about Anthony Theodore with the tackle for the Raiders on defense?
Second down for Burke. They'll move the ball +5 on that to 30. Clock still ticking away. 2:50 remaining here in this game. And for Port Jervis, holding on to a win and working their way across their B schedule. And as we mentioned, first half not looking too sharp, but sharpening things up here in the second half. And for this defense right now, you don't want to give anything more up tonight.
Clock continues to roll.
Burke don't know what they want to do.
And Carter's going to throw again into the flats to Leahy on the far side. He's inside the 35-yard line.
Carter to Leahy.
Inside the 30, I should say. Don't forget about the 28. This will be the 4th win, Tommy. I forgot about the Minnesota game. They came into this game 3-2.
Tackled by Montalvo.
Burke Catholic comes in 2-3. This is the first league loss this season for Burke. Checking into the game for the Raiders is Jacob Espinal. And checking out
Fuller. Oh, no, that's
startup. Startup out of the game for Port Jervis.
3rd and 2.
And facing a 3rd and 2 are the Eagles now from the Port 28-yard line. Carter takes the snap and drops straight back. Throws deep again for Miller. He's got him, and he's going to score a touchdown. Boy, Jake Carter bringing out the big guns for the end of this game as he throws
Eagles.
2 deep balls to
28-yard
Luke
bomb.
Miller, and the last one results in a
40
touchdown.
to 20.
A 28-yard touchdown pass from Carter to Luke Miller, and it is 40-20 with the extra point pending.
Well, there you go. And just like that, Burke says, hey, listen, we're not quitting. We're here for the whole football game. And a pretty touchdown pass. Carter to Miller. And just like that, Port Jervis only up by 20. Burke looking to convert here with a 2-pointer.
Leahy to the left of Carter, who will stay in the shotgun with Miller split out to the far side. 2 receivers, or I should say the near side. He's going to give it to Leahy, and Leahy's going to be buried behind the line.
Leahy, right side.
Big hit made behind the line.
Chris Hicks on the tackle.
Brings him down. Hicks just a
40
sophomore.
to 20.
Hicks a sophomore, 6 foot 245. That's a lot of sophomore right there.
That is 1:40 to go in the ball game. We'll keep it here in the booth. 40-20 Port in front of Burke Catholic. Buc-ee's Taxi drive summary shows the Eagles going 66 yards in 4 plays. 2 minutes exactly in time of possession. a 28-yard touchdown pass from Jake Carter to Luke Miller, junior to junior, so they'll be back next year for Burke Catholic, and it is a 20-point game again. And the Raiders slow to bring the return team out here. Burke is ready to go at their own 40, kicking left to right.
Kick this onside, and we saw how that went last week, right?
Yeah, one of the stranger series of an onside kick play we have ever seen. An offsides first against Port, and then an onside try that didn't quite get 10 yards, but the receiving team got nervous, jumped up, touched it, and it ends up being recovered by Port. But that was last week. This is this week, and the Eagles go ahead and kick it away squarely. It'll be fielded at about the 8-yard line by Cruz. He's across the 15 to the 20, 23 now, and now to the 25 where he'll be stood up and brought down.
Tackled
so
by
the Raiders
Peters.
get the ball back with 91 seconds to go in
Raiders.
the game and on their way to a 3-0 record in Section 9 Class B League play.
And here's a chance for Port to bring out some new numbers on the field. 1 minute,
On their
30
own
seconds here left in the
25.
game. And Port Jervis, you're going to see the sophomore quarterback, Logan Morris, in the backfield. As Port ahead 40-20 over Burke. So no knee on this play. Maybe we'll see a couple of runs. 1st and 10, Port Jervis will give him the 26-yard line.
That works.
Morris in the backfield at quarterback. We'll try to get all the new numbers out there as quickly as we can.
Ball at their own 26. Morris going to hand this one off on the ground. Got Carroll Dolsham on the carry. Big hole on the left side. He's running to the 35 and the 40-yard line, and he is brought down
Dolson left side
by Rory Farrell.
Remind me again, Kevin, how old is he? He is
Freshman.
Gain
of
Farrell
about
Dolsham is a
20.
freshman. He did not look like a
First
freshman
and
on
10
that run.
Raiders
and
from
he didn't
their
run
own
out of bounds. He put his
45.
shoulder down at the 40 and got another 5 to the 45-yard line.
First down Raiders, 70 seconds to go. Morris out of the shotgun, twin receivers to each side. Dolshan in the backfield. He's going to throw it quickly, and it's into the flat to Anthony Theodore. And Theodore is hit, stays on his feet, tries to escape another tackler, and then gets swallowed up at about the
Morris to
46-yard
Theodore.
line.
Flag on the play.
Let's see what this
Tackled
penalty is.
by
I don't know if Port was
Demaris.
set, or if there's maybe some motion on that side. As Burke is getting their guys in as well. And that's
Gain of about
Dermot
one.
Demarest for Burke with a big
Or
high
none.
five on the sidelines.
For 2nd and 10.
I think they're going to mark the flag. It is a holding against Port.
Flag on the
Been a long
play,
time
holding on the Raiders.
Since they called
10-yard
a penalty
penalty.
against Port, so I guess they would do.
1st and
Ball
20.
marked back at the 35, so the 10-yard penalty be assessed. First down, Port Jervis at their 35-yard line. Sophomore quarterback Morris again in the backfield with freshman running back.
Yeah, Carroll Dolshan is back there. I'm trying to see who these receivers are. Looks like Constantino Proscia is on the near side. Johnny Fuller is set up as a wide receiver in the slot. He'll look left. Morris will. Now he's going to throw to Dolsham, and he's on the move. He gets past the first would-be tackler and then
Morris to Dolson.
just plows his way across the
Tackled by a
40
host
to
of
about the
Eagles.
41-yard line. This kid is a
about
force
about
as a
6?
freshman, man. He's not small,
Second.
and he is not afraid of
And
contact.
15.
So this kid, we saw him last week in the Middletown game.
Yep.
Catches, runs, hits. And look at this. I love the second guys. They don't want that clock to run out.
No, they don't. 10 seconds to go. Last play of the game. Morris takes the snap and gives it to Dolshan. Straight up the gut he goes. And he will
Dolshan
be
right
brought down
side,
by about a
tackled
trio
by
of Eagles
a
at the
host of
42 or
Eagles.
43-yard line. A
Clock
small
line
game.
down. That's
and
your
that
ball
brings the game
game.
to an end. Port Jervis
Raiders
40.
40.
Burke Catholic 20.
Eagles
The Raiders move to
20.
4-2. And they will look ahead
See
to
you all
another league
next
game against Red
Friday,
Hook next
7
week.
o'clock.